Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 345. I'm Ticketmaster, aka Chris Adams, joined by...
RPG Maniac 05. Wait, why are you introducing yourself?
I had an epiphany when I was looking at my stuff. I mean, not just like my stuff, and by my stuff, I mean, I was looking at my like trophies and my games and whatever, and like my gamer tag, and I was like, you know, it says Ticketmaster, and I was like looking through my trophies, and I was like, but I don't really like PvP games anymore, man. It's not part of my identity of who I am. I don't really like that competitive nature. I just have to play with my friends, play some co-op, be a team, have camaraderie, go on adventures, have fun, friendship, yeah. And you know, if I'm the Ticketmaster and we're like beat each other up with iron fists, it's like, you know, it's just not who I am anymore. RPGs. I've moved on. You know, I'm more than my gamer tag. I'm a human being. I'm a person. So you know, yeah.
I was like, happened over the break.
I was like, that transcends who I am as a gamer. You know, I don't want to just like beat people down and beat them up and be like, yeah, I beat you. I'm a winner. Suck it. So you know, yeah.
What happened to Stranger Danger?
We have the most generic names in the world, so...
do, actually.
What does that have to do with Stranger Danger, gamer? What are you talking about?
You just say because like
we find your
name out there.
You've exposed your real name.
Besides, I have a YouTube channel. I have like a brand. I mean, I'm a person. I gotta get the views and subscribers, dude. Like,
yeah, but just like,
and again,
I'm like almost at 1,000. I'm almost at 1,000, and like once I get to 1,000, it's like it's only up from there. So it's like, yeah, man. I have a personal vested interest in this. So you know,
Tropical's right. Your name is pretty generic because the first thing that pops up on Google is a professional wrestler.
I mean,
I bet that guy likes to beat down people.
I was saying, pretty sure he does.
Actually, I think that guy might be dead, and you know, it's time for me to reclaim the throne then and take it back to me.
I don't see how that. I mean, like, you were just having like an existential crisis like not too long ago, and now
exactly.
What is going on?
I'm still having that crisis, by the way, RPG. It's not over, dude. So it's
I
like, you know,
but...
it could be ending any moment. So it's like, in the time I have left, I would like to, like, you know, be at peace with who I am. And then, you know.
What is even happening?
Everything's cool.
What is going on?
Because in 2017, we're going full aimless. I'm dropping F-bombs because I don't give an F. And because gamers taught me, you know, F word. And yeah, don't hold it back, man. Don't hold it back.
But you just held it back like 5 times.
I mean, I'm only going to say it when I mean it, RPG. Only when I mean it.
Right?
I don't know what's going on. I apologize, listeners. I was not prepared for this. Like, this is happening. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, RPG. It could get worse, because, you know, who knows what's going to happen. I mean, yeah. Like, have you not been... What was the note we ended on at the end of, like in the last episode we had? Yeah, it's like, you know, nowhere to go but down, dude. So yeah, I would like to be hopeful, but it's all dried up and sucked away and blown into wherever.
You're crazy. So
Traptical?
Yeah. The rest of you guys.
And our good buddy.
You scared gamer away. Look what you did.
I didn't.
Yeah, thank God my name is like super generic. Gamer 12.
I mean, it's like, he just went on a whole tangent on like I don't understand. Like, what did I miss?
Hey man, I've been affected. Okay, there's stuff going down. It's getting to me. I'm trying to hold it in and hold it together, but you know.
You're not doing a very good job. You're not doing a very good job at all.
Hey, it could be worse. Remember that. Could be worse. Could be worse. But yeah, on today's episode, we got some what you been playing. Yeah, New Year. What we've been playing in New Year. And we got the middle segment, Golden Crosshairs. I mean, there's probably like a more awesome, you know, elegant thing I could do for that.
What?
I'm sorry. Okay, I had to bring out the Qatar because every sound I make with the guitar sounds like a cat. I'm sorry. It's new episode, G. I mean, new year, new episode. Come on, be happy, get excited. Jeez.
I don't know if I can. I don't know what I walked into.
And we've got some news. Very little news. Meow, 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 meow. So, yeah. I mean, maybe more, maybe less, but I didn't look any up. Tropical didn't look any up. RPG didn't look any up. Maybe Gamer knows about some. But we're going full aimless there, because who knows what we know. Not a lot. About news, anyway. And yeah, let's get started. So,
Guys, scared. I'm going to die.
you should be scared, RPG. You should be scared. I'm sorry. Back to what we've been playing. So yeah, what we've been playing. I'll go first because that's the customary style. Whatchamacallit order we go in is me and then somebody else and then somebody else and then somebody else. Usually gamer last because special guest or whatever. And yeah, what I've been playing. So I played some. I don't want to start it off with that game that starts with a D that I love to hate and stuff.
You hate the D?
I do hate the D, and I'm not going to talk about it. Actually, Ace Dog made that same joke when we were playing. It was weird, and I was like, I know you're not talking about that. I know you're talking about that. And he's like, yeah, I am. And I was like, yeah, that was weird. Why'd you say it? And he's like, well, it just comes out like that.
Well,
And I guess it does.
You shouldn't have said it that way then.
I just said the game that starts with D RPG. You're the one that said, you mean the D? And I was like, yeah, the D, because it's the D game that starts with the D. But yeah, moving on to what I've been playing that's not that game that starts with a D. I played some, I'll start with handhelds first, actually. I'm not going to do the score anymore of, games I finished. Oh man, isn't it awesome? Scoreboard, woo! Because I don't need that in my life anymore, so it's whatever. I know I'm a winner. I don't need to, add up my tallies of my victories and be like, look at all these games I finished, I'm so amazing. Ugh. You're so amazing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I said that at the beginning when you first tried to implement it, but then you were like, no,
I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure I lost.
I'm just saying, when you get to the end of the year, though, and it's, adding up, and it's like, oh, man, I played through 20 games this year. It's so awesome. It's it's only cool when you get to the end. It's like, dude, look at how many I've gone through. Isn't that amazing? Oh, look at all these bodies, these piles of bodies. I've just destroyed them all. Ugh.
What is going on?
I'm making an analogy RPG of I beat up a bunch of dudes or women or monsters and aliens and robots, and they're just lying on the floor. And it's like, yeah, I beat them all up because I'm a champion of fighting.
But you just went on a whole rant about how you don't want to. What is?
I'm just saying that's how it makes me. That's why I would do that. That's motivation. I'm not gonna do it anymore though, because I don't need it. Mission accomplished. 1 year's good enough, and stuff. But Rollers of the Realm, I finished that game on the Vita. It was cool, pretty neat. The stuff they did with the it's a pew, 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 pew. Okay, not a pew 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 like shooting, but a pew. I'm sorry. I don't want to appear right now, making noises with everything. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. But you hit the balls with
it's all drugs. Is that what it is?
I am not on drugs. I'm high on
life. You don't know that.
Woo! But pinball, you hit the thingy, the clanker thingies, the whatever they're called, and you hit the ball, and then it goes in the thing. But this one, it's cool. It's the same thing, and then yeah, it's like a RPG. You've got skill trees. It's pretty okay. Let me start over. I'm sorry. So there's this whole scenario that you're going through. You're in the realm. You're these people going through. Stuff's going down. It's like, oh, let's go on an adventure. Oh, we're being oppressed. We must liberate ourselves. Oh, and then there's an adventure. And then every person you get to join your cause is a different ball. And all the different balls have different abilities. And you have skill trees you can get. And you can go and do stuff again if you play through a stage and level up, get money to get better stuff. And there's a story. It's a passable excuse plus whatever. It's decent. It's okay. 3 out of 5. And yeah, it's neat. And there's little enemies on the board when you're playing, which is what makes it really cool. It's not just here's a pinball, try to get a high score. There's actually actual character models in there that you have to hit with the balls, and they do damage. And depending on the character, it does different damage or different abilities, and they all have different abilities, and different stages have different objectives. It's pretty cool. And you get to the end. There's some pretty epic boss fights, which I gotta say was pretty cool from any pinball game I've ever played before. So this game definitely is best pinball game I've ever played in my life. I mean, I haven't played very many. Besides old school, where it's just boring, sound effects, get score, whoop-de-doo. but I'd say it's probably better than that Marvel one that's out. That's like, oh, here's a board with like different crap. Have fun, high score, whatever. There's probably like not a story or anything like this one. So, yeah. I mean, I guess you should play it first. But Lords of the Realm has earned a special place in my heart because of that, and I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to anybody because you might not be down on the pinball, but then once you play it, you're like, ah, this pinball, oh my gosh, and it might just be like your gateway drug into pinball or fun stuff that's like pinball or real pinball. So, yeah. What else did I play besides that? Okay, so that was on Vita, and then I was like, I need to play something else on Vita. And then I was like, I haven't played Final Fantasy V. I have it on PS1. PS1 games are played on PSP, and PSP is emulated on the Vita. Let's do it. Alright, Tekken. Yeah! And I did it. And that game, the beginning is pretty slow burn, and I regret it because I'm stuck on like the first boss fight. I think I messed up because you get to go to this village before you go to the first dungeon, and I didn't stock up on anything, so I don't have any magic. I don't have any items. I don't have any gear, and we're just like low-level scrubs, just getting destroyed by this first boss over and over. And I'm like, dude, like, I tried grinding it out and just like leveling up to like level 10 and be like, all right, maybe we have enough HP and whatever. But this one has like a job system and stuff, but I can't really do anything because I don't have any abilities or gear. So it's like, yeah, we're just stuck, and I'm like, well, that was a bad idea. So, Final Fantasy V, you've left a bad taste in my mouth, and I'll be changing games. So, sorry. And I mean, I'm sure it gets better, but I'll just restart it some other time. But yeah, it was weird. There's like this whole part where like you go to like one of the old schooly Final Fantasy temples, and like everybody gets like an element that has like a motion to it. So it's like, I think fire is power, wind is friendship. It was weird. I was like, what's going on? It was like old school style, but I kind of enjoyed that. But couldn't get very far because I got stuck in the first boss. So it's like, whatever, dude. Like we crashed our ship into this like pirate ship graveyard thingy. There's a bunch of zombie pirates, and yeah, Siren kept killing me, and I just can't get past it. So moving along, I'm gonna move on to something else, and I'll come back to it some other time. So, and then on console, I finally got to play some Kerbal Space Program because it was on sale, and I was like, Kerbal Space Program. I mean, it was like $23, so it was like above the $20, Joji Gundam $20 rule. But I was like, dude, take it. It's a game. You've been padding for this game for like a long time, and yeah, this game, there's a lot to it. If you play this game completely and thoroughly, you'll have like, I'd say, associate's degree level knowledge and understanding of astronautics and physics and like engineering, and just because it's very in-depth and super complex, and there's no it's not an easy fun game of like, oh, I just want to build spaceships and launch them into space. It's like, no, you have to, it's way more complex than that. It's like, you gotta make sure that, I don't even remember now, but it's like super complex of like, I just wanted to like launch one shuttle. It took me like over an hour, and I was like, dude, like I had to do all this reading, all these tutorials, and I was like, dude, this is like complete. I mean, to its credit, it is a very good sim / super realistic, I guess, but I don't have fun with space shuttles. I didn't want to, have to learn anything. I mean, that's cool, it teaches you, but sometimes I just want to play a game and have fun, and that was that time when I was like, it's 2 a.m. I have nothing to do. I'm going to be going to sleep soon. I'm going to play a game, though. And I felt like I was reading a textbook, and I was like, whatever. I mean, I'll come back to it, but dude, that's like, I can already like see the work in front of me of like getting good at that game. Is like easily 100 hours of like nerding out on mathesis and numbers and physics and gravity and blah 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 blah. So if you like that, to do that in your free time, there you go. That one's for you. Man. Next up, I've been playing I played Inside, which is from the people that made Limbo, and I got stuck in that game, but it was pretty neat. The whole I mean, it's hard to like talk about it without spoiling it, but it's pretty cool. And I got to the part where man, I'm trying to. It's hard to say like where I got to without spoiling it, but like, yeah, it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going. It's one of those games where it just like keeps going and it's like, and like every revelation is just like, oh man, oh man, oh man, and just like, yeah, and I couldn't, and like, yeah, I got to this part and I was like, oh man, but I'm stuck, no. So I'm gonna have to like look at a video where I'm stuck on, but it's pretty cool. All the oh, that's okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. But like that's your thing is that it's one of those games where it just implicitly tells a story. There's no dialogue. It's just like you filling in the blanks. So I'd love to see RPG play this game and like come back after his journeys about aliens and weird monsters from space story and just like see how he interprets it. Because yeah, I just like to see that. Like I think that's the magic of these games is like, you know, you can just play it and you can make up your own story and then yeah, it's like
I wasn't making up a story. That is exactly what is going on in Journey. I don't understand how. What are you talking about? Like it tells you this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
Keeping on with that RPG. Yeah.
I don't understand. Like the game just blatantly tells you this, and like these little story things. There's even like giant alien things like floating around in the game. Like how is this made up? Like it's in the game. Like it's in the game. Like I'm not. How am I making this up?
Interpret it how you will. That's all I'm going to say to that. Other game I've been playing. Oh man, this game is cool. It was delicious. I played some Fury, F-U-R-I. It was a fun time because I heard RPG talking about it on the podcast. And he's like, "Oh man, it got to that bullet hell section. I just couldn't do it. I had to put it on easy." And I was like, "Ooh, challenge accepted." And yeah, I loved me some Fury because it was basically the whole thing of like, you know, it's got that sweet stylistic looking, you know, dude with the sword. Ching, 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 and like with the sword.
It doesn't have difficulty settings, does it?
Yeah, there's 3 different.
It does.
You have to beat it on normal to unlock the harder difficulties, but it's got like easy, normal, and then like the stuff that you unlock after you beat it on normal. But
I wish I would have known that because I can't play it on normal. It's too hard.
But yeah, I very much enjoyed this game. It was one of those like, you know, you gotta know all the ins and outs, and after that it's just like have fun. There's a few mechanics, but it's all about the mastery of them. So you can like parry and like charge your sword and dart blah, 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 charge at someone and do all these other cool things. Like you have a gun, you can charge it or just like shoot it, and it's magical. It's one of those magical games where just like, you know, there's a lot going on. I like to digest, but it's so cool, and like you feel so cool because you're just like, oh, that's awesome, and then like yeah, it just escalates because like you're fighting some gel dude, and then you fight some lady who's she never takes her mask off, but you can like tell. I mean, maybe it's a dude, I don't know, whatever. And then she's all screaming at you with like lasers and you have to
that's like that.
just like that. And then the third boss, oh man, it was so awesome because he's like some time dude that controls time, and he's just sitting on a rock. He's like, oh well, I'm going to talk about all this exposition, blah 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 blah, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like whatever, dude. And he looks like some dude with like, you know, he's got some sword, but he's like super old, and it's like this dude ain't nothing. But then the fight starts, and it's just like bullets up the wazoo, all up in your butt, and it's like, oh, and like, oh man, so many, and just like, oh, it was crazy. But then like you start fighting him, and it's like he has like the bullet sections, and he has like the bullet dodging sections. He's got like sword sections. It's like you have to like just know everything, and then the sword dude, it's so good. Like that's the other thing. The game is like all boss fights, so it's like boss after boss after boss after boss, and it just escalates. It's just like it gets so good. And then I beat the sword dude, and I got to the shield dude, and I was like tired, and I was sleepy, and I got beat. I was like, oh, I'll come back to you. But yeah, apparently that's the dude that put you in the prison. And like their story. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep remembering things, and I'm sorry. Okay, so it's like this is 2017. You might be like a new listener, but like that's just what happens when I'm talking about a game I've been playing. It's like I will just talk about it, and like as I talk about it, I remember stuff, and like as I remember stuff, I'll be like more excited, and just like I keep going. But like yeah, there's this dude this character. It could be a lady, it could be a dude, whatever. This like rabbit thing that's with you in the adventure that's talking to you. It might be your subconscious. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out. And I thought it was a pretty cool, funny concept. It kind of reminded me of Afro Samurai, of like Ninja that follows Afro Samurai, and he's just like there, talking to him, and like saying all this stuff, and he's just got a funny outfit on, and then yeah, it was great. It was great. And then yeah, I got the shell guy, and I lost, but I will be back, and I'm enjoying this game. It's very it's one. It kind of reminded me of Shinobi from PS2 back in the day, just because it's so like stylistic action. Oh, but it's all boss fights, so completely different. So, I very much enjoyed this game. Oh, and the music is dope. It's just like so good, so good. I enjoyed it. Whatever. Maybe you don't like it. I don't care. I liked it. So yeah. Moving on to what else I've been playing. I guess I'll talk about that D game now, because I got one more after this. So Destiny, that's the D game if you're wondering. Ho ho. 2,300 hours and still going strong, apparently, according to the Time Wasted on Destiny website that we all checked out when we were playing it on Tuesday. It is kind of dying off right now because nobody's playing, and we don't have 6 people to do raid on a consistent basis. So like go in, do the nightfall, try to get our icebreakers, not get the icebreaker, and be like, all right, let's go play Uncharted, and then we play Uncharted, and then we play some Uncharted, and I mean, I have some goals for Destiny, but it's like, dude, whatever. I'm not gonna. I've talked about that game enough after that game. So Uncharted 4, yeah, survival mode, fun times, just a nice wave-based, kill the things, shoot the things, have fun, get scores, grind up, unlock thingies, fun times, and then do it again on the next difficulty, and the next difficulty, and then we get to crushing, have fun, and bend over, and yeah, have fun with that. So yeah, that's all I've been playing. I think. Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Are you gonna choose someone?
Tropical RPG. Who would you? Oh, one more game. I'm sorry. I completely forgot. I said one more game, didn't I? But then there's actually 2 more games, and one of them is The Return. The Return. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sing. Okay. So Walking Dead season 3. I was cautiously optimistic. I was like, I don't know what to expect. There's a new dude, and then I'm not gonna say what happens. I'm a bit upset about what happens, but like Tropical's not 100% right yet. I think they are still going to do what Tropical thinks they're going to do. But I think they're just like building it up. They're just like, because okay. Oh, F it. I'm just going to say it. So you don't even play as Clementine in this one, but you do meet her, and then she's like with you. So you're playing as that lame new character who nobody cares about, who's not Clementine, and which was super annoying. And it bummed me out because I was like, F this guy. He's not a Clementine. Whatever. I still played it. It's still great. It's still the awesomeness that is like a Telltale Walking Dead game, and it looks amazing because it's on a new engine, so it's not, I mean, I didn't have a problem with that, gamer, maybe, whatever, sounds like a personal problem to me, but I don't care, it's whatever. Amazing story, looks good enough to me, it's like, whatever. So it's pretty cool because, I guess, I mean, in my brain, I'm like, I think, what it happens, like, when you play this is, like, Clementine will, like, react to situations, like, based on how you raised her in the first 2. So it's like, oh, but Clementine's all grown up. But then, like, stuff goes down. It's like, Clementine, no! Or it's like, my Clementine wouldn't do that. So I kind of feel, like, very... I don't know. I feel very weird about this. Like, on one hand, it's cool. On the other hand, it's like, I don't like seeing my Clementine do things I wouldn't do, or, like, I wouldn't have her do, or, like, she wouldn't do if I was controlling her. So it's like, kind of went too far, whatever. So, I mean... I guess like when you like she still did like grow up years after the in the season 2 in that world, and like that would still change a person to like do that stuff, so it's like it makes sense because you gotta survive, man. And then the Walking Dead's cutthroat, so it's like, yeah, it's and then like it's great because like every time there's like a group decision, and it's like, whose idea are you gonna follow to get out of this situation, this sticky situation you've got in taken. I never follow Clementine's idea because she's always like, let's just shoot him. Let's just kill him. It's like, Clementine. Oh my goodness.
Sounds like my Clementine.
And then I did not raise a killer. Like, what is going on here? So I'm gonna play my PS4 one, which I know I like actually imported the save properly. I imported the save properly on my PC one, but it's like, I don't know, dude. I just don't know. I don't know why she's doing this. It's weird to me. And then like only like about the tropical thing of like. I totally do think they're gonna kill her because like there's already like been parts where she's been like, I think you saved my life, or it's like you have to like to choose between, are you gonna stay and do this thing, or are you gonna leave and do this other thing? And then she's like, oh man, I think you're doing that, totally saved my life. Or she said something and it's like something happens in episode 3, where it's like, I mean, episode 3, I mean, because it's like a two-parter for like the season. You get like 2 episodes, and like there's a thing that happens at like towards the end where it's like, it's really weird. It's like the game is always like making it feel like you could like split ways, but it's like keeping you together. Of like, so it's like, you know, if you're if you're one of those people like me where it's like, well, F this new guy, but then you end up playing it differently because you're bonded to your character. So it's like, ooh, I kind of don't want to leave this character because I can kind of still kind of protect them in a way, and they can save me because they're awesome. It's weird, but they already like foreshadowed it and alluded to it of like, this might go down, and like the whole, oh, see, so, deal with it.
Maybe he'll turn awesome later.
But he's not Clementine, dude. It's like, there's nothing you can do. It's like, dude.
Well, I mean, Clementine wasn't Clementine either until.
That's the other thing. It's like, you're some dude. It's like, Clementine's awesome. She's a lady. It's like, well, that's one of the things. It's like, you know, she's not just like some generic dude bro of like, oh man, look at me, I'm a dude. I can do things, I'm a dude. I can, yeah, strong guy, blah 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 blah, whatever.
I mean, you played as Lee in the first one, so.
Well, he was black. I mean, okay, I guess it's different. This guy's Hispanic, so I guess, yay, him minority. Whoop-de-doo, whatever. I don't know. I'm kind of half and half with it. Of like, kind of but then Clementine's there, so yay. But if they kill her, I'm gonna be over it and be like, F you, Telltale. I'll never play Walking Dead again. They better not. I mean,
remember that one
to me,
time
it was just like, it would drive the stake in
got
harder
killed?
if like if they did it when you were in control of it. Because like, oh, you could have avoided this, but you couldn't. Or could you replay the entire season over and over and over again? Because I might end up doing it just to like, I have to save her. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Walking Dead season 2, so good so far. So
The futurist for decades.
oh man. Oh man. But yeah, they still have the telltale magic of like whatchamacallit, cliffhanger endings at the end of the episode of just like hooks you to the next one of like, they did that, what's gonna happen next? Because after episode 2 it's like, oh dude, I'm just like, episode 3, come here, please release, I must play you, oh. But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Sure.
Yep, I am sure this does.
Did you say 2?
I'm sorry, I meant Walking Dead season 3, whatever. I mean, I did play season 2 to like get my season 3 file ready for on PS4 finally. So that's old news. We all know how traumatic that. Oh, actually, that okay. So the thing we talked about, because have any of you played it besides Gamer? RPG Tropical?
Wait, what?
I haven't played it yet.
Season 3 Walking Dead.
You know I don't play anything until the whole season's
Okay,
out.
so it's like, I think what they did with this one to like converge the story, which I guess that was kind of another thing that made me annoyed, was like, you know, everybody they didn't do the thing where it's like, you know, F the haters for Walking Dead because, oh, look at all how different the ending at the beginning is for everybody. I think it's just like something happens in everybody's end point of season 2 that shuffles that gets them all to the same point in season 3. So, and since they're a different character, they can all just meet up with Clementine, who's had like, well, this is what happened to me and how I got here, but she comes here from different perspectives depending on what she did in season 2. So, I mean, it's neat on one hand, but then on the other hand, it's still this cop out of, oh well, we're doing the same thing.
She just tells you what happened.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing is like, if you haven't played season 1 or 2, there's the
Mass Effect thing.
Yeah, they do the Mass Effect thing. That's kind of cool because I was like, it's kind of like Mass Effect, where yeah, you just have like the choices to pick of the stuff you did, and it's like yeah, and then this happened, and then this happened, so you can see like what the major, you know, thingies are in Walking Dead so far, of what really mattered.
So like a lot of the decisions don't matter.
Well, I mean,
Nope. No.
Take a second for that question.
I mean, a lot of them don't, but there are like a lot that, I mean, there's a lot that do. That's like, well, that's cool. So, or like, when you see what does matter, it's like, oh, I didn't know that was like one of the major things. Or when you see like the different variations of, you know, how did this affect my Clementine? But then it's like, it's weird because you can't see behind the scenes of like how your Clementine is is in that, or like, or how you're, since you didn't just like check a box. I'm kind of like wondering like, how is my Clementine in this thingy on this one? 'Cause some of them are just like so many different choices for that. It's like, oh, I wonder how my Clementine is here. Interesting.
That kind of makes me sad, because yeah, like throughout the games you see all of these. Oh, he'll remember that. She'll remember that. And yes, some of those people aren't even alive anymore. But the ones who are, you would think, okay, they'll remember these things. But since you can just do this sort of comic book, whatever, or math choosing of checkboxes, I guess none of those things matter then.
So this is matter kind of cool. It's just
I think they make it unique for the players. Like, oh, this is my playthrough, but but you'll have your playthrough will be the same as some other guys in like a couple states over. It's like he's having the exact same experience rather than completely different.
There's like far fewer branches than it feels like when you're playing through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I even did some things differently when I was playing on PS4, so I doubt it will like affect it compared to the PC playthrough. Which another thing is like I didn't even need to do that because shortly after I pre-ordered on Steam, I saw how to get your save over to other platforms from the Telltale client. It's like, oh, dang it, Telltale, whatever. Next time. So now I kind of feel like I have to have two playthroughs forever because I have my PC play it first and then see what happens, and then PS4 is like, all right, I will try to negate all the negative outcomes, but that's not possible because it's Walking Dead. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah. Or I couldn't, or I just don't have like the will to cut off your arm against Rita the second time because that was just so traumatic, and I'm not gonna do it again to myself. Sorry. So.
Why? She deserved it.
Wow.
I mean, she was gonna die anyway, so I mean,
been emotionally traumatized the first time.
It's more like kind of like rubbing salt in the wound. Like, haha, you go die anyway, but you also go die without an arm. So.
Wow. One of those is much more traumatic RPG than the other. That is
not really. She's dead. So, I mean,
her reaction to one of those is like, I have a spot in my soul that is burned in and will never ever feel cleansed.
That face.
And the scream.
They nailed the face.
I mean,
it was
she
like,
dies either way. So, I mean,
oh dang, I'm sorry. Should I? Oh, never mind. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go now.
We good? We good? Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Yeah, we're not good. We're not good at all. Yep.
It would be great if those like small moments like cutting off the arm would make Clementine more of a killer and be less passionate in like the game, but
it made my Clementine more of a killer.
Less likely to chop other people's arms off.
It's like I've already done it. I've seen everything, man.
I know it works, but man, the way they look at you.
I mean, she doesn't have to worry about that because she's dead. So
wow.
You'll never have to see the guilt on her face because dead.
Because one of my favorite, or one of the most sort of memorable choices I made in the first game was a dialogue choice that I think ultimately doesn't matter. But so it's like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Which choice are you talking about?
It is the, how can I say it?
It's in the first game. I mean, at this point, the whole spoiler thing is already the moment's passed.
Do we care?
I don't.
I think we've had this discussion before.
Well, I do not spoil things on podcasts. I'm not that type of person, so.
So it's It's basically it's in the last episode, and it's like right before the end. The end means two things.
I don't.
And it's like the final dialogue choice you get to choose.
Oh.
I don't. I don't know. You're gonna have to just say it because this whole
Actually,
being
it's pretty
vague
cool
thing,
though
I
because
don't
like there are parts in like season 1 where like you have discussions with Lee about, you know, do we always stay with groups or try to be on our own, or do we like
Eh.
avoid cities or stay in cities, and like that's actually one of the checkbox questions, which was pretty cool.
Oh, so that actually matters. That's cool. Like, yeah, it was like the last thing that you choose to say in that scene, and I made my choice, and then like I watched other people's like reaction plays stuff, and I just felt like their choices were stupid. And then so I was like, yeah, you know, that was like the perfect way to end it, I think. And it was sort of devastating. Like later when I forget what happened to my save, but something happened, and like when I imported to season 2, and it does the previously on season 1 stuff, like the dialogue choice in that scene was not the same as the one I had chosen, and I was like, what? So disappointing.
because your choice didn't matter, Tropical.
I guess
Just
so.
just like everything in a zombie apocalypse.
It was like the last thing is like, that's not what I said. That makes like a whole world of difference.
Why? What did you say?
Don't be afraid.
Of what? What's happening? I don't understand.
Actually, I did just remember that there are parts where you do get to play Clementine because she does like flash back to how she got there, so you get to like play through of like whenever your endpoint is in season 2 to like leading into season 3 of like, oh, that's how I got there. You get a bit of dialogue with like, you know,
Probably totally different then, maybe.
yeah, that part would be
Right?
totally different. But
Perfect.
and there's but and then it's funny because like there's a part in episode 2 where like I made a choice and I was like, crap, I didn't want to do that, and I went to like reload my save, but I couldn't reload my save, and I was like, ah. But then I was like, I gotta stick to it because that's not how I roll in Walking Dead, so whatever.
Had I known they would make this import system, then I wouldn't have had to slog through it twice. I mean, the first time wasn't a slog. The second time was a slog because you remember all the good parts and the parts that are like really good, and it's just like it's taking so long to get there. You finally get there, and yeah, I think there was on my second playthrough on PS4 there was one thing that I could not do the way I did the first time. The first time was sort of can't do it this time. And then I mean, it's The Walking Dead, so it was also terrible, but differently.
I mean, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure no matter what you do, it's all just gonna go terribly. Because I mean, in season 2, like I don't think, because like what, no one survives that one. So it's like no matter what you do, it's like, well, this is where we are.
Actually, no. Season 2, Kenny or Jane.
That's one person. The other 10 people that was throughout the season.
I'm just saying, it's not an entire cast wipe. Same thing with
I don't
season
remember
1
any of them.
Exactly.
with Krista and Omid.
Because none of them mattered. Because they were dead. They were just meat. And they were good meat shields for the zombies. So I could live on. Apocalypse changes you, man. Changes you.
Oh my gosh. That reminds me of the trailer house. I just selected leave.
Okay, but that's all I've been playing, so kind of
Also,
fun.
yep. All right. Um, I can only remember 3 things that I played in the long time that I've been away. Okay, I'm just gonna go back and start with the first games that I bought, and I actually finished. First thing it was nope. That's Resogun was the first thing I bought, and so I finished that already. But I started up Super Motherload, which is what is it? It's like
Dig Dug?
kind of.
Well, it looks like Dig Dug from what I saw on the store. I didn't actually play it. It's been on so many times, and I've been like, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it's sort of weird. I mean, I guess it's a roguelike, but I didn't die on the way. Or I did die, but I guess it's not a roguelike then, because you don't lose everything. What is it? Anyway, it's a game where you dig down into the surface of Mars, and you're trying to collect minerals. It's like the story is there's really valuable minerals here, and this corporation that you work for wants the minerals, and you just, okay, so you're digging down, and along the way you receive signals from other people who have done this on like bases in the middle of Mars, and there's like weird stuff going on. And in the end, the story wasn't that satisfying. It was mostly just like this digging mechanic, and yeah, it was pretty short. I was like, I don't understand why I didn't finish this the first time. I felt like the first time I played a long time, but I never got very far, and then this time I just basically in one 3-hour sitting or so, I just got all the way to the bottom, and you get to make a choice at the bottom, and then you have to race back up to the top, and then you make another choice, which I posted this. It was, and did not notice the timer, and yeah, basically the worst possible outcome happens if you in action. I was like, oh, I didn't even see that. So I got the worst ending. So I'm gonna count that one as done, and maybe I will go back and see the other endings as well.
You have to.
Yeah, maybe. Then I went through the list and I was like, okay, I finished some of these. Don't Starve doesn't seem to have an ending, so I'm just going to play that until I feel like I've seen a significant portion of that game. The next one was actually Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. And yeah, that one was really short too. It was really weird. The first time I remember playing it, and I think I was like 10, 15 hours in, and turns out I was only like 40% through the story at that point. It's like, what was I doing? I guess it was eating rabbits and crows and stuff. But yeah, this time I was like, okay, I'm going to ignore all of that. But occasionally, I just keep getting sucked into optional tombs. And then at one point it just said, oh, trophy. It's like, what's that? It's like, you've completed all the optional tombs. Like, what? I haven't even played that long yet. And yeah, I think my total playtime was only like 12 hours or something at the end of the game. It was pretty fun, but it's sort of ridiculous. I just played through Uncharted 4 again on easy, which is super fun. Like, on normal, it's kind of like you do have to be careful, but on easy, Uncharted is just an action movie. You don't have to shoot anyone. You can shoot kind of at them and then run over and basically punch out everyone. And, Uncharted Drake already climbs like he's a monkey man. So it's like, yeah, that was very cool. Tomb Raider in some ways is more realistic, and in some ways is totally not more realistic. You get stabbed by rebar in the beginning, and not 2 hours later, you're kind of okay.
Oh, Trapped Culture video game. Like anybody cares about realism. She's like wearing like no
Well,
clothes and
you
like
know, the
50
last
degrees and wet.
the last time, but she's running around a lot.
Hypothermia,
He
dude.
doesn't notice, and like she
Well, I guess
actually
there are
eats. Like,
campfires too that
you
you
never
say
see
that.
Drake eat. It's like
Never see Drake
you
eat.
never see Drake eat. But you know, in Tomb Raider, it's like, oh, I need to find food, and it's like, okay, and then you get food, and it's like, it's sort of understood, I guess, that every time you shoot an animal and you go over and collect salvage from it, it's like you're eating it. And it's like, okay, that sort of makes sense. But the parts were just, wow, now I can't think of it. Like, she can jump super far. And yet the enemies are really stupid compared to Uncharted 4. There'd be times where I just sort of stand there. Yeah, on normal it was like ridiculously easy. I would be kind of behind cover, but I would mostly just be standing there with my gun at the ready and just waiting for guys' heads to go like cross through the reticle.
Had you already played this on PS3 before, Tropical?
I've played this before. I played through all of Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. That is...
The-
Surprised to hear.
It's very funny. You get to a point, like, it's about ancient Japanese stuff, and it gets to a point where it's like samurais, and it's like, oh no, and there's like a ton of samurais in one section. And at first I was like, oh man, like, they seem really powerful, but because in the cutscenes, like, they're really powerful, and then you get there, it's like, wait a sec. Reason why there's no more samurais, and you just, shotgun, and there's nothing they can do. So, yeah, as a... Oh, no, that was the part. You know how in Uncharted, like with Uncharted 2, they brought up the fact that, yeah, Drake is this really likable guy, but he kills, like, tons and tons of people.
Yep.
And, well, as I said, like, on easy, it doesn't actually feel that way. Like, you don't have to be sort of this killer type where you shoot everyone and, like, you're trying to shoot people, like, fire your gun at them and then run over and punch them out. In Tomb Raider, it's even more overt, like part of the story. Like at the beginning, she's saying stuff like, "Oh, I hope this island doesn't turn us into murderers," and then immediately after killing one dude, kills like 5 or 6 other dudes by your hand. And like, yeah, it even has a scene at the end, like in Uncharted, where the main bad guy asks you how many people have you killed today. And this time, I guess because I was just sort of rushing through the game, I decided, you know what, I don't care about stealth. I'm just gonna run in and kill everyone. So it was like a huge disconnect. She's sort of crying after her first kill, and then she kills 5 guys, and then I get to that point, and it's like, how many people did you kill today to survive? I was like,
All
I
of
think it
them.
was around 200 or 300 because I just got the trophy that said you looted 200 corpses.
Yeah, they also have like those brutal takedowns in Tomb Raider when like you wound an enemy and like just go to and execute them. It's like, oh, well.
Yeah. It's like, this is not a knife. This is an arrowhead that I just shoved through your face. And yeah, it's a lot shorter if you don't go the stealth route. But they sort of, I think the scenarios are constructed and you're supposed to kind of try to do the stealth route. Because you do die fairly easily. Like, if there are machine gun guys, they can kill you pretty quickly. But for the most part, I just, I would get into an area and like, ooh, I just got that silenced pistol. And they'll be walking around unaware and just like, boop, boop, boop. Okay, they're all dead. Moving along. It was fun.
I don't think I tried to play Tomb Raider stealthy. I think I played it more of an action game too.
Mm.
Hours in my first playthrough, I was like stealthing everything, and like I don't think I was really killing that many people. I think that's why this time felt so different, and it's like, wow, that was way better. Doesn't work with the narrative at all, but way better. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying the new one. Let's see. So that's 2. All I can think of is I played tons and tons of Paragon.
Of course you did.
Oh, so the funny thing is they introduced this big patch last time, or sometime last year, and it's really good. Like, it changed everything. The game feels entirely different. Action, like, there's just a lot more action, and games seem to be going faster, and everything's just really, really cool about it right now. Unfortunately, my most exciting feature for PlayStation 4 Pro, Paragon Grass, is like no longer exists. There is no grass in the new version. In the new
It's
map.
like, haha.
So I'm sitting there, it's like, now what do I get? I get a 1080p image over a 900p image. I have a 4K TV, and so HDR, maybe that's not something I can see very well, but it doesn't feel like HDR and 4K are things like are big selling points. So yeah, like I think 1080p enhancements are going to be what people look for in Pro, or they just have better eyes than I do. But yeah, Paragon now doesn't have any of that stuff, so I was like going back and forth. It's like, I think they're the same now, except one has better resolution by a little bit. And
There's no additional flare on Pro then?
Not that I can see. I think because making the new map and releasing the new map, that they sort of started over.
Yeah.
Sort of. So a lot of that stuff seems to be gone, and then because it looks significantly different before this new patch came out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of grass. It was sharper. There was like fog that sort of filtered the light, and there was like light shafts and stuff. So like, oh, it looks really good. And now, while I was playing it earlier on standard, and then I switched to Pro, I was like, they look kind of the same, and it sort of had performance issues until the patch from this week, which made everything feel a lot smoother. But that seems to be across both platforms, and they just, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any difference now.
Except for the resolution.
Yeah. Which I guess is like, okay. But, yes, Paragon Grass is the thing of the past. At least I took one screenshot. Oh, but yeah, it's been super fun. I've been building weird versions of characters, like tank casters, and today I was doing... There's a guy who his main trait is that he regenerates health really fast, and I just decided to build an equipment deck that is all health regeneration. It did not work too well. In fact, the game that you guys were waiting for us to finish took like way longer than expected, and we lost.
Ended up in like a stalemate because it's
we were in a stalemate for 15, 20 minutes maybe, and then
oh my god.
Yeah.
Eventually, our team started playing Reckless, and then we lost because everyone's just like, screw it, do whatever I want.
Yeah, we kept getting in bad positions. Like one time, we got them really good when they were out of position. It's like, oh yes, we're gonna win, and then we did not win.
It all just fell apart. It just all fell apart. Because all it takes is one mistake, and then everyone's just like full on chaos. Just like, oh.
So who made this mistake? Was it you or RPG or some random?
Some randos. They're gonna take the blame for that.
Well, so by the end game, yeah, like our powerful characters, like I was not one of them. My main function was like I could take a lot of hits, but I would eventually die like no question, I would eventually die. So, in the time that it's taking them to kill me, I need my teammates to kill them. And that could not happen because some of our teammates just kept dying and they were never alive when we needed them. It was sad, but fun. Yeah, I think that's all I've been playing. My next game, sadly, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I looked at my list and my next game was Outlast. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to play that. I might skip Outlast and go to what's the next, like Escape Plan or something.
RPG.
So yeah.
I haven't played anything
You're playing Paragon.
except Paragon.
No Final Fantasy?
What? No.
You're never going back?
I already finished everything. I'm not. I don't need to go back.
What about the free DLC?
It was like items.
I was gonna say, it wasn't like any additional stuff. It's just like costumes and crap.
Okie dokie. Gamer, what have you been playing?
Trying to finish stuff to clear off my hard drive so I can put more stuff on it. I just finished Heavy Rain like an hour ago. That's still great. Oh man, the advancements they made in motion capture over the years. Quantic Dream, that game is really rough looking. It's been already like what, 5 years? Damn. I finished that. Then I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. That game looks great. Been playing it on veteran, and it's like sometimes it's like impossible because you're out in the open and then 3 shots, bam, 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 I'm dead. It's like fuck. It's like nowadays, like veteran on Call of Duty, it's like really easy. But like when I played Modern Warfare, it's like really impossible sometimes. You just pass a line, and all these guys just rush out from the corner and like nothing you do.
I think World at War was the hardest for me. That one was just an hour-long push just to get to the first checkpoint in a level.
Ugh,
That's insane.
That does not sound like a fun time.
Yeah, on normal, that push takes like 5-6 minutes. On veteran, it was crash. Okay, oh no, the tank's under attack, and then everyone has to get cover, and you pop out cover, and basically you're dead. So, and if you stay in cover, like 4 or 5 grenades will land next to you.
And wait, in World of War, can you toss them back?
Yeah, but
Okay.
there's 5 of them.
Oh. Then
So
wait,
you'd have to run to a different cover. It was crazy.
yeah, but it looks amazing. Like I'm kind of amazed they sold 2 games in that $80, $90 package, whatever it was. It's like it's a full-fledged game. It's like, But yeah, trying to get that because that's like 60 gigs on a PS4. It's like holy shit. Then I played Destiny with the regulars and played Nightfall, and that was it. It's like there's literally nothing to do in the game anymore. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, the Dawning came and went, and it was like, here you go, guys. There we go.
I mean, we've been playing like the legacy content. We played what Vault of
Oh
Glass.
yeah, we did play Vault of Glass, and then we did Critters End
Critters End,
because
because we got flawless for Ace. Yeah.
Are they super easy now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because like everyone's just using
Yeah, sure, but
what do you call that?
Uploaded it yet. Sleeper
Everyone's
Simulates.
using sleeper simulations just to kill ogres in like 2 shots, like, you know. And like remember that wizard in the tower that you have to kill? What's her face? The Death Singer.
Yeah.
It just took like 1 shot from sleeper simulation. She was dead. It's like, oh my god. I still remember the days where it took us forever to get into that room.
It's like every Gjallarhorn on duty, guys.
Yeah, but now it's like one shot, she's dead. But this was this was on normal, so it did
Okay.
it was different. So, but then I just played a bunch of Uncharted 4 Survival with a bunch of randoms in Zafra and Tekken. And that's been a pain in the ass trying to get those 2 trophies
It's
that are
pretty
just
hard.
that are bronze and silver, by the way. So they're inconsequential to anything. But we're going through it step by step, stage by stage. We're gonna get there. But yeah, last night was not really rewarding. We got like one stage done. Then the next stage was like total. It took us like what, 90 minutes to get through one stage?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
And then we got the headshots in melee only on all armored enemies.
What?
That was a fun time.
And then just played Persona 4 and Vita. That's cool. That's giving my JRPG fix that I desperately need after the garbage I've just played.
I don't even have 15 yet.
Oh.
That's pretty much it.
Okie dokie. Well, it's that time of the year. Golden crosshairs. Luckily,
Yay.
I have a list. And we'll just go down the list and be like, this is my pick for this, and this is my pick for that. Blah, 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 blah. Starting with the best
I don't
new...
remember most of the game I've been playing last year though, so because there were just so many. There were just so many.
Best new game mechanic. I picked Star Ocean Faithless in Eternity for the seamless real-time combat with up to 7 characters. It was amazing. And it worked.
No, was it?
And it never slowed down or lagged or chugged or glitched out. It was as advertised. It worked and I was like, oh, well, good job, Trace. You
Sometimes it worked too well.
did something worth
Sometimes
applauding for
too.
once.
What? Trice has done good stuff before.
Mechanic. I think I would probably say using your head as the camera with VR stuff.
Damn it! You stole my answer.
It's just it's so good. Wait,
Have you
no, yeah, what?
played Resident Evil in VR?
I have not. I'm sort of afraid to. I'm not feeling brave these days. There are certain times of the year where I'm totally okay with them, but other times like no, I don't want to subject myself to it. Yeah, just being able to look around in the cockpit of basically every. Oh my gosh, the X-wing Rogue One mission. That was so cool. Because yeah, you were there. You were in an X-wing, and it feels right, and everything looks right. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is insane. So yeah, camera stick replaced with neck and head and eyeballs. It's like having three joysticks. Triple stick shooters they can make now. What that be? Triplet stick shooters. Oh, but they're not all the same. They call them twin stick shooters. Anyway.
You're weird.
RPG.
I don't know, because I don't remember what I played last year. there's just so much stuff, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure I enjoyed all of the mechanics, and I'm sure they were great.
I enjoyed all the mechanics.
Because I can't for the life of me remember like all of the stuff I played, like because most of the games like I feel like they all blend from one year to the other. So it's like I was like, did I play that game last year or the year before that? So it's like I don't remember. I don't remember anything. So I don't know.
Okie dokie, gamer. You can just gush more about VR since you said Tropical since it had the same answer. Gamer.
Do we get disconnected?
Oh no.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Is your mute on, gamer?
Oh no.
Okay,
I guess we should say, like, some of us played very few games last year. So this is not an attempt to say this is the absolute best thing that happened in the industry. This is more about, if you like mechanics, check out this thing that one person saw last year.
I should have been logging the games I played, so that way.
Oh, RPG, I have the list. Actually, I can read it out to you of your scoreboard stuff. So let's
Yeah,
see.
but I didn't finish everything I played last year though,
Oh,
so that wouldn't.
well,
that
I could
wouldn't
read you a
work.
partial list then, and it might jog your memory. Final Fantasy Explorers, Super Mario Paper Jam, Digimon Cyber Sleuth, Trails of
Paper
Cold
Jam, I forgot all about
Steel,
that.
Tales of
Except
Zestiria,
for
Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, Ratchet and Clank, Dark Souls 3, Bravely Second, Kirby Planet Robobot, Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls, ZTD, Monster Hunter Generations, Grand Kingdom, Tales from the Borderlands,
Grand Kingdom. That game.
Seventh Dragon 3 Code BFD, God Eater 2, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, XCOM 2, World of Final Fantasy, Pokemon Sun, Final Fantasy 15.
I don't think any of them had like new mechanics though. So I don't know. I don't know, man. But I enjoyed like most of the stuff I played last year, except for Star Ocean. But that's fine. That's fine. I can rant about that later. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Gamer, what was your pick for best game mechanic?
Yeah, VR. Love it. Even though I took a short break for it, I haven't used it in like a while. Because I know the big thing's coming, so just saving up all my VR stuff for that. I just love it. It's like you're able to. The entire world around you is the game, rather than whatever in front of your face. You know.
Yeah.
What's
Chicken, have you tried it yet?
Nope, I'm saving myself for when I get money. It's a long story. I don't talk about existential crisis. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Whatever. I haven't played.
It's like
Batman is amazing.
yeah, Batman's good. When I played,
It's so weird to hear you guys talk about that when I know what the game is because I've heard so many people
You're
talk
like
about
the-
it. And it's like
you're like
just
a Batman fanatic, and yet here you are. And can't play it.
It is crazy how much it makes you feel like Batman.
I guess I'll see eventually.
And it has like the best detective mechanic than the other games.
That's kind of true, actually.
Yeah, it was crazy good. But like playing that school thing from it's
Summer
like
lesson.
she's real. Yeah, summer
Summer
lesson.
lesson.
She's in your face, and it's amazing.
Oh man. Okay, next category is
Inappropriate, man. Inappropriate.
best looking, and my choice was easily Uncharted 4. I just wanted to like lick the screen over and over when I couldn't tell between cutscene and gameplay, and I was like, "Is it still a cutscene? It's still a cutscene." And then like Drake was in a car and it's on fire, and I was like, "Oh, it's just a cutscene, whatever." And like blew up, and it's like, I died. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even tell. I couldn't even effing tell. And it's like, it was incredible. The water's amazing. Water's like, yeah, I think I tweeted out like a ShareButton thingy of like each stage. I was like, the characters keep getting better and better, and then like by the time you get to the end, like it's all Goonies and the ship, and it's just like stuff's going down. And it's just like, oh, that looks so good. Yeah, it was amazing, and just best looking game I've ever played in my life, and just Naughty Dog, so good. Can't wait for that DLC. Tropical.
Yeah, Uncharted 4. I just played through it on HDR, and I was like, I guess it's better? I don't know, but it already looked really good, so I can't really tell. Yeah, that game is amazing. Just the vistas. The vistas are so good. Even with my limited color vision. Maybe they just chose colors that I like, and so, or that I can see really well.
That you can actually see.
Yeah, because was Uncharted 2 really colorful throughout? Because the only scene I can remember that was really colorful is when you get to the top of that building in Nepal and you're looking over at the city. And I realized, like looking back, that scene is all blues and yellows. Or like those are the really colorful parts to me. It's like, huh, is it because those are the ones I see best? And it's like, what do you people see all the time?
I see amazing things, Tropical. I see amazing things.
Yeah, Uncharted 4.
RPG.
I don't know. I don't know. Everything I played had like different art styles and stuff, and everything was pretty. I don't know. I don't know. It just happened to be a good year. I can't. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Last year was just a really good year, and I mean, everything was pretty, but everything looked different. So it's just like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to hit the nuclear option for all of these categories. 'Cause I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okie dokie, gamer.
Yeah, ditto. No contest. Uncharted 4.
Alrighty. Best new weapon? I don't think it was a new weapon, but I just liked using it in Deus Ex Mankind Divided, the stun gun. That was like, I had it equipped all the time, so, yeah.
That was. I think you could give that in the last one, couldn't you?
But you could,
There's a
like,
stun gun in the
upgrade
last
it.
one.
You could upgrade it and make it look pretty. I don't know. I didn't have a choice for this one, so I was like, whatever, man. That or the arm thingy that you shoot. That is the Tesla shock thingy. Oh, that one thing. That's a new one. Yeah, the Tesla shock blade thingies that are non-lethal, and you can like target like update people too. So yeah, there you go.
I think Genji's katana from Overwatch. I had a revelation playing Genji because it's like you think that your regular attack R2 is your main, like your primary weapon, and for Genji he throws like throwing stars, right? It takes forever to kill anyone with the throwing stars. Like, how is Genji an attacker? Like, these are so weak. And it turns out it's because that's not his main weapon. His main weapon is his sword. And he uses it, one, in the way that you use a sword, and two, to deflect bullets, like, ridiculously powerfully. Like, if you can deflect a sniper shot, and you happen to be aiming at the guy who shot you, like, she dies. And, yeah, like, it's timed. You have, I forget. I think it lasts for like 5 seconds or 4 seconds or something. But yeah, wherever you're aiming, anyone who shoots at you from the front, those bullets will be deflected to wherever you're aiming. And so you can do crazy things like deflect all of Bastion's bullets into someone else and just kill them outright.
Rude.
Or the sniper shots are really fun. And I think you can deflect Farah's missiles too. So even rockets get deflected.
That's not how swords work. That's not how swords work at all.
Genji's katana. Nuclear!
I was like searching my brain of like maybe there's something I could give it Destiny. I was like, wait a minute, no, there's not.
Besides, Destiny isn't new. It didn't come out last year.
Yeah, but there are new weapons in Taken King.
Mechanically, the guns are
It doesn't
interesting.
matter.
Or
It,
is
did,
it
sometimes.
it came out the year. It didn't come out last year, so it's not eligible.
That is not how that works. RPG expansions are
That's
every
exactly
year.
how that works. But it's not a new
So-
game.
The expansion is new content though, so
But it's not a new game.
but the expansion can be awarded.
Nope.
So. Yes, it can because it was new. The expansion is new stuff.
Nope. It's from the same old game.
Well, that's your opinion, so have fun with that.
It's a fact.
Were there any? There weren't that many new guns, I don't think, right? In Rise of Iron?
Rise
No.
of Iron. There was the new sword that nobody used, but that was like, I don't think there were a lot of new exotics at all.
Yeah. We had that sword before. Does anyone have, like, do you have the, it's like the starting gun, but as an exotic?
Yeah, the Kalastov or whatever, Kavastov.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not that special. I have that gun. Non-exotic.
Is it amazing?
In PvP. That, not Iron Banner.
Oh, I think you don't have to worry about
Yeah,
levels
new Iron
anymore.
Banner weapons. Whatever.
Well,
did you pick?
Everyone's using.
Do you pick a answer for that RPG, or are you just like, again putting in your absentee vote for best
I don't know.
weapon?
I don't know, man. And most of the games I played were all like not like weapon kind of thing. So, and the ones that did were all like swords and stuff, and those aren't new. Swords have been around for like ages.
Do you have a favorite sword?
Doing different stuff with the sword is different. I think.
I guess, but still. Nope.
Okay, gamer.
I do like Noctis's armature, where he's just like the weapons just swirl around him. He just like picks one. It's like, yeah, I got one. Then he just like it just disappears when he's done. It's like shit. He doesn't have to sheath it or anything. He doesn't have to wear it. It just exists around him. That's cool.
Next category is biggest spectacle. I chose Uncharted 4 because it was, if you played the first three and you play this one, it is just, there. And Naughty Dog was on their game, man. It was just more of the cinematic, amazing, and then like the whole like the payoff for me was just like the storylines of like Drake and Elena, and just that was, whew, drama. And then it got good, and it was like, ooh, and then the part when like they're playing the game I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't played that part. It's just like, and it's like, what's a bandicoot? That's it was delicious. It was beautiful. It touched my heart, and then like the epilogue was just like touching my heart even more. Of like, I can't put it's hard for me to put it into words without sounding so cheesy, but it was like, it like I was going through some stuff, and I was like, I don't know, man, I don't know. But then after that, I was like, maybe this is the future I want for myself. I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't know. But after playing Uncharted, I was like, yes, this is I would very much like this to be like this in the future at some point. That would be great. I mean, not the end, because I was like, no thanks. But that part where like the part with the bandicoot, I was like, oh well, If Drake can do it, I can do it. It made me believe again. That was great. I needed that in my life. Thanks, Uncharted. Thanks, Naughty Dog. Making me believe. And then like the whole pirate treasure. Who doesn't like to go hunt for a pirate treasure?
I guess this would depend. Like, yeah, Uncharted 4, obviously, there is the one scene where you're, like, climbing the tower, and you think it's all fine, and then it's, like, the rockets, and there's just so many rockets, and there's just pieces of everything, and just, like, little pieces rolling around, and you're running through this tower that's crumbling, and all the rockets. But other than that, I might actually say Doom. Depending on how you play it. If you play Doom the way it seems like they want you to play it, where it's like the brutal kills give you ammo and health and stuff like that, or extra ammo and health and stuff like that, then the whole game is kind of a spectacle and of just exploding demons and loot flying out of them. So, Uncharted 4 for a short, amazing spectacle, and Doom for an extended spectacle.
RPG?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. All of the games. All of them.
Okay, well, gamer.
I do like this one particular battle in Final Fantasy 15, but I don't want to spoil it.
Just say Final Fantasy 15.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Towards the end, you'll know what I'm talking about if you play it.
Okay. Oh. Does not need words. Final Fantasy 15. Next category is biggest time suck for me would be Destiny, Rise of Iron. I don't think I've ever gave this game a golden crush because I've come to hate it, but I've made my peace with the game, and Starfield brought me back, and it was actually good. Rise of Iron, they actually did a good job, Bungie, and it I played it for 30 days straight or something stupid, and I was completely sucked in, and just I didn't play anything else. I was like, I was back in. I was just when I thought it was out, they pulled me back in, and then it was actually good, and it was everything worked. I mean, even though they kind of soft capped the light level whatever at first, and then just I came to I came to love the game and be like, this is what I like about Destiny, and sure it has its issues, but that first raid, that first hero grade clear, that first flawless in trials that year, I have the things I love about that game to do in whenever the new content comes out, and it's just it pulled me back in and didn't and 2,300 hours later, still playing. So that's my pick. And to be with my friends in the raid and be like, yay, camaraderie, banter, it's great. Go Gadget. Bad stories we're not going to talk about on the podcast, and other weird stuff that we talked about in the raid that was naughty and adult oriented.
That's on the stream.
I think it was on a Twitch stream, so it's not archived on YouTube, luckily.
Yeah. Destiny is not really sucked me back in the way that it did that first. Since I went for mostly cosmetic, and I was like, well, I have what I want to look like, and the stuff that I can't change, there aren't cool Iron Banner helmets yet that are high enough light level, so that's disappointing. Yeah, I played a lot of stuff that was this was finally the year I think that if I was more frugal, I would have bought no games.
Yeah,
because
you're
everything
I
played a ton.
Heroes of the Storm and whatchamacallit, Paragon.
Yeah, everything I play now, everything that I've played significantly over the past year was I paid no money. Heroes of the Storm, Paragon. I was playing Adventure Capitalist a lot.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That game is like super boring now. Like everything is really really slow. Guns Up, I was playing a bunch of. I'm probably gonna say Paragon. Like I played. I think it's only been out a year. Or did it come out in the summer? Like less than a year. I have like 300.
No, the open beta started in the summer, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it's not that old. I played. It's measured in days now. I think I'm almost up to 16 days.
Oh my, that's wow. Oh my.
It says I've played 540 something games.
Jesus, man.
And yeah, like if I had been patient and just waited for open beta, I would have truly spent zero money on that game. But I was like, I want to play now, so I paid $20. But yeah, it's just it's really cool. I like how they the characters all feel sort of significantly different, and they've added more characters like every 3 weeks, basically, and just the updates and the changes. Like when you're in it and you're like paying attention to the changes and how different characters feel different after they've made changes to them, then it's like, oh, it's really cool. I fell out of that with Heroes of the Storm. Like I was looking at Heroes of the Storm yesterday, and I was like, they added 6 new characters since I left, and it's like, I don't know how to play this game anymore. But like with Paragon right now, I'm like just following along. Like, oh, if I keep doing this, maybe when Ranked comes out, I can prove that I'm okay at the game. If that ever happens, I don't know if they're gonna make a Ranked version. But yeah, every character feels like a new game, and they've actually changed the game once, so it kind of is a new game. Paragon.
A picture.
I don't know. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, at least for this one, I mean, there were like some games that I spent more time in than I did others this year. So it's like between Dark Souls and Final Fantasy 15 and Paragon, it's like I have hundreds of hours worth of gaming time. So they took up a majority of my time. I think Digimon did too, but like that playtime is skewed because there were days I had to like run to work real quick and left my PS4 on, so that one does that. So I don't know the actual playtime for that one, but it was long. So it's like I had several games that were time sucks. So the aforementioned ones.
Yeah, for me it was just The Division.
Sorry.
Oh.
Destiny say what?
I wish I had played that more, actually. Wait, was survival mode added as paid DLC only?
Yeah.
Okay. Darn.
But yeah, I played a bunch of that when that game came out. A bunch. I think I had it for like 200 hours, I think.
Wow.
But it was good. It was a good time until it crashed and burned.
Someday I will complete my base renovations.
Let's see. Next category is best boss fight. I have a tie because I don't know. It was like neat what they did, but it wasn't really a boss fight. It was just more of like, this is the final stage, but it's like kind of a boss fight, but not really. But I call it a boss fight because it's the final stage, and it's like it's really cool amplitude when like you're at the final stage and like the note highways disappear, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? Oh man, and it feels all like trippy because there's all these effects of like hallucinating. Of like, this is cool. I haven't done this before. Ooh, that was neat. That was really cool. And then Uncharted 4, the final boss, was just really cool because I'm not gonna say what happens, but it's like there's no like
What happened?
there's no like button prompts of like, oh, do this, do this. You have to like on your feet learn. Oh, this is what I do. Okay, cool, and then just like go from there. And like, yeah, it keeps you on your toes, and it's like that was very satisfying, and I enjoyed it a lot. Really good.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I still like raid bosses in Destiny. I'm trying to think like which one I thought was the most fun.
I didn't think Axis was. Well, to me, Orcs is my favorite raid boss, so I didn't think Axis was better. So.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So yeah, I guess then Uncharted 4 wins another from me. Just I like how they have kind of Uncharted games, and this time was like a different twist, but it was still like very surprising. It's like, oh my gosh, this is going down. It's sort of, it reminds me of the end of God of War 3. There was a similar sort of surprise like that. It's like, wow, this is how it's gonna go down. This is cool. So yes, that one.
Do you have a winner this RPG?
I don't know. I just for this one it's like this last year like there were games where it's like there were boss fights that were like pretty like cinematic but so I'm probably gonna have a hard time choosing because there were some cool ones. Although one of my favorite like battle systems came out of like Grand Kingdom last year because that one was pretty cool. But the way they did like boss fights in that game was it's like instead of you going up against like squads of other soldiers like you like would be similar to yours, it's like it'll be like a screen filling or like it'll be like a giant like one unit thing that's like kind of it like makes up the it's kind of hard to explain without like a visual, but it like takes up like the whole like grid kind of area thing as its own unit, and you kind of like use your squad against that thing, and it has like different types of attacks and stuff that it does that changes the battlefield and all this other stuff. So it was like there were some cool battles in that one that I really liked. For like boss fights, and the boss fights usually came like they were very very rare. So there's like one you can do in like the regular exploration modes, but then there was the one that was like at the end of the first campaign that was like against this four-headed dragon thing that was cool. But I really enjoyed. I think I just enjoyed the battle system in general in that game. So it's like all the fights were pretty cool and fun. Other than that, though, it's like I kind of like the final battle in Final Fantasy 15 because of how it was done. It was pretty cool, but there were so many boss fights last year that I enjoyed. So it's just, because once again, Dark Souls happened, and they always have like cool boss fights and stuff. So it's hard to choose. There are so many good ones, but it would probably be from one of those three games for mine thingy, because fun times and stuff. So yes, that also that
Gamer.
I know it doesn't count, but I just beat Super Mario Galaxy 2, and that Bowser boss fight was
gamer.
I mean, by default,
Gamer.
Final Fantasy 15.
Gamer.
Yes.
Gamer. Please tell me what year Super Mario Galaxy 2 came out. They didn't explain to me what console it was released on.
I think it was 2010. Nah, I just like I was like, you know what? I'm tired of playing all these shooters. I'll just play something kid friendly, and like
I
I
saw
just
that tweet.
took like 15 hours, and I was like, holy shit, this game's amazing.
Good
It is
old days.
gamer. It is.
I just. Although, not to mention Mario, though, it's like, in all fairness, those games do tend to be pretty fun because even when I was playing Paper Jam earlier that year, 'cause I think it came out in like February or whatever, it's like it before it got like super repetitive and not as fun. It was like the first time you play like the Paper Jam battles or like you fight like the boss fights between like 3D Mario and Paper Mario and they're like all together and stuff. It's like it's so cool. But then like once you kind of the novelty wears off, it's like okay, I'm kind of done here. But it's like but the first time though, it's amazing and it's like oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. And actually, now that I think about it, I probably should just use that as my favorite mechanic. That earlier. So yeah, but it was like because it was like that mixture of the 3D and the paperness it was awesome. It was awesome. But yeah, the Nintendo's usually pretty good about stuff like that. So
No, because
yes.
like the battle was cool, right? It's like you go through the normal thing, and then I I knock out Bowser, and it's like, man, that was like really easy for a final boss. And you go up to the star, and like Bowser just comes up from fucking below you, and it's like, no, it's not done yet. And it's like, let's
Sounds
do
like
this again.
not what he sounds like at all. I don't want this.
And yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, by default, 5/15, because that was like it felt like an Advent Children fight.
Wow.
Buildings are crumbling.
Did
Did you
and,
say
like,
which fight game, or is it the same one from
it's probably both.
that you can talk about?
it's the one before that one.
That one.
This final battle was pretty cool. It's not the biggest spectacle that I thought it was like really killer, but the final battle was pretty cool because like buildings are crumbling. It's like Dragon Ball Z, like going head to head with like
But which battle are you talking about before that then? Because are you talking about the one like the one like directly before that? Or are you talking about
Yes,
like
yeah.
the oh,
the one
okay.
directly forward.
I was like, wait, what are you? It doesn't make any sense.
Because like
Okay.
you're using your armature, and then the final boss is using his armature.
Hey,
It's like,
that's a spoiler, man.
they
spoiler.
wouldn't know. They wouldn't know that. I'm
Oh
not
my
saying
gosh.
names. I'm not talking
Oh.
names. It
Oh my
was
gosh. It's like a
fantastic
huge
battle.
spoiler. Everyone ignore what he said. Huge
Fantastic. Yeah, by default that one.
Spoiler. Huge spoiler. Way to go. Way to ruin the ending for people.
Okay. Now we have most overlooked game. I kind of had trouble picking one for this one because there's
Wait,
like,
Overlooked. Is that always one of the categories?
yeah.
Hmm. Oh wait, because that used to be the sleeper hit one, right?
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
Oh,
This one, I had another tie because I was like, well, there's 3 games I really liked that I played, and I don't know if anybody else played them, and I had fun, but I don't know if anybody else did because I don't know if they played them. So,
games like that. So.
no. The first one was I Am Setsuna because I very much enjoyed it, and it was a good old time, made me remember the good old days, and I was like, man, I don't think enough people play this game because everybody should went on about it.
Wasn't good.
It was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then Abzu, because it made me, it was one of those games you play and you're just like, oh, that's such a peaceful, fun game. Serene tranquility that washes over me when I play it. And then Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, because I was like, man, this game is why I play video games, because it's just like, waka 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 waka, eating all the eating all the ghosts, eating all the pellets, and just power-ups, and the boss fights. Oh man, the boss fights in that game are cool too. Just so good. Just yeah, it was a throwback. That was like retro modern styled and awesome and delicious, and it had a story. Well, not a story mode, but like there was more than one. There's like a linear adventure mode that was cool, and challenges, and yeah, it was great. I very much enjoyed it.
I was playing around on PlayStation Now, and I found a game that I'd never heard of before. And turns out, I think I may be remembering incorrectly, but I think it's because it came out last year for PS3. and it's free this month for PlayStation Plus. It's Blaze Rush. It's sort of a isometric racing game, I guess. What's there was a really old game that looks sort of like it.
Rock and roll racing?
I don't know, because I've never played that one.
RC Pro Am?
It is sort of like an RC game, but it's really cool. Like, it has these sort of strange mechanics, like so you get weapons and stuff like a kart racer, except I don't think you can actually blow people up. You can only knock them off of the course. And yeah, like, for the several hours that I played it, I was like, wow, this is really good. And I can't believe I've never heard of this game before. And I think that was because it was new. And I just haven't been following PS3 releases. And I think there's actually a PS4 version too. Not 100% sure on that. But yeah, I would say people should check out Blaze Rush. That game is actually pretty good.
Don't listen to him. It's a trap.
Any overlooked games you can think of, RPG?
Like half the games I played last year, probably. So,
But they're getting popular now. They're going to bring that one game to PS4. That, like,
Which one game?
Whatever.
They are bringing them, but those didn't come out last year. Although related to them, Zero Time Dilemma was likely
Isn't there
very
like a
overlooked.
collection of that one that they're bringing out too?
The 999 and Virtue's Last Reward, yes, they are coming to
That one,
PS4.
yes.
But that's, I mean, yeah. So it's like that game. Then there's probably Grand Kingdom. Then there was Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Then there's Exist Archive. There's just a list of games that probably fall into that category. But it's fine because I got to play them, and that's all that matters. Because as long as I get to enjoy them, I don't care. I don't care if anybody else does. I don't care if anybody else does. So, yes, there were quite a few games that came out last year that probably went overlooked because they didn't have the words Final Fantasy or Uncharted in them. So that's kind of the nature of the business, I guess. So it happens. But yeah, yeah, all of the mentioned games that I mentioned, those.
Yeah, it was like was it in the Game Awards when they said best RPG is like goes to a DLC for Witcher 3.
Oh yeah, I was like,
I was like,
now.
RPG, really?
Just go
Really?
home.
No way,
go home.
no way.
Like,
There was
just
like
go home.
I saw
There
your
was like-
reactions,
I was like, it's like, you've got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Because, like, the DLC for a game that came out, what, like 2 years ago or some nonsense? And then it's just like, there was, like, literal dozens of RPGs that came out last year, and they're just like, nope, for this DLC. It's like, F all y'all.
And it shows you like how it does prove RPG's point that many of the RPGs were overlooked. Because like that just makes no sense, honestly.
At all. At all. But yes, a lot of games.
Gamer.
I would pick Thumper. Because I think people are just thinking it's just a VR game, but it's not. You can just play it 2D. Not as intense, but that it sort of changes like how the music rhythm game. Because before it's just like, oh, you're just pressing buttons, but this one's like you're just trying to survive rather than press buttons. It's awesome. The music has this really cool banging trash can aesthetic to it, so
Oh my.
That game is amazing.
Okay, well, before we do Game of the Year, I had proposed that we'd make a new category called Game That I Didn't Get Around to Playing, or Game That I Didn't Get Around to Playing, and then insert year that it is, like 2016. But, I mean, RPGs, I was like, so, I mean, RPG vetoed it, but, you know, we're going to go ahead and do it because, you know, That's only one vote, and there's like 4 of us. So yeah.
I did not veto it, and I was kidding. Oh
Oh
my
well,
god.
we can do
Be
it.
so
Yay!
dramatic.
So the game that came out, I didn't get around to playing last year. For me, would be The Last Guardian, because it's one of those 10-year development. I mean, I played it, I just didn't finish it. So that's that's just a personal. I'm upset about with myself about just not getting around to playing all the way through. So I didn't pick it up. I mean, I picked it up, but then I put it back down like immediately to play some other stuff that I was looking forward to more, like The Walking Dead season 3, because it's Telltale. So it must be played. Yeah, I just didn't get around to it, and then the year happened, and I hadn't played it, and then here we are podcasting about it, and I still haven't played it, so I guess I'll get around to playing it
I
sometime
ended
this year.
up canceling my pre-order for that one when it got delayed. Because I was like, well, now it comes out in December, so no, I don't want to. I don't want to. But then Gravity Rush got delayed shortly after that, so then it defeated the purpose of me canceling my pre-order for The Last Guardian. So I was like, well, if it's too late now, can't go back. So it happened. It happened.
Tropical. Tropical. There's so many games.
So many games. All of the games.
Sorry, is it me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all of the games. I like blew all my money on VR.
All of the games.
And I have Last Guardian. I don't have Final Fantasy 15.
All of the games.
Is that your answer to RPG?
Well, no, I mean, for me, like, for the most part, I got around to playing everything I was, like, super excited about last year, so I didn't, at least I think I did. Did I miss anything? I might have missed something and just don't remember it, but for the most part, I think I got around to everything that I really wanted to play, so I think I was good. I think. I'm not completely sure on that.
Gamer.
I never got to finish Titanfall 2 or Gears of War 4.
Yeah. Sorry.
But accurate.
But yeah,
Did
I
you
kind
box
of.
up your Xbox One gamers? Is that like not happening anytime?
I just did.
Why did
I
you do
did
that?
it. I did it over the weekend because it was collecting a bunch of dust, and I haven't used it in months. And I
Oh.
bought Gears of War 4 on PC.
Well, that
Ew.
defeats the purpose.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not really playing anything on this system. So into the box it goes, and I don't know whether I'm gonna take it out again. It's like,
You probably
fuck,
won't.
They have nothing.
You probably won't.
No, not that they have this whole. I could just buy a new card, a video card, and I could
That
run
whole
anything.
Play anywhere thing, but
Play anywhere
Windows
thing is just
10.
like amazing because like I just bought Gears of War 4 on PC. I could play it on my Xbox One, but why would I?
Yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that.
As I mentioned, multiplayer on PC is free.
Yep. High five, gamer.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's like anything multi-platform. You have a PS4, so you don't even have to.
Yeah,
play it.
exactly
It's
right.
like, oh.
Not to mention, they're not really getting some games that's coming for PS4. Like, they're not getting near Automata.
Oh, really? That's exclusive?
Yep.
That's PS4 exclusive.
I did not
Well,
know
it's not
that.
really. It's not really exclusive. They're just making the game for that system.
I did not know that. I thought it was multi-platform. So that is interesting,
So
especially considering they lost their other since Microsoft lost Platinum Games for.
what's that?
So,
It's on PC too, right?
Yeah,
yeah, I think so.
but they said it's not going to be day and date though. I think
Huh.
Doesn't
might be
matter.
a month.
Get it. As long as I get it, I don't care.
Yeah, same here.
I want to play the first one.
First one's
Totally different.
no. I mean, it's similar. Like battles. It's just like it's
Yeah,
like a
it's
lot
just
slower. Is
Less
it's
refined.
Like yeah, it's like more clunky kind of. Because like it still has like the bullet hell and the action RPG thing, but it's just like really slow and clunky in comparison to Automata.
All I remember is the fishing thing.
Oh, because yeah, that guy couldn't fish, and he stopped playing the game. He stopped reviewing it because he couldn't fish.
Yeah.
Oh my- That was quite a game.
It was weird.
Wait, so what was the other game besides Gears of War for a gamer that you didn't get around to playing?
Titanfall 2.
Ah, okay.
I started playing it, but I never finished it. It was amazing. It was like I had to like delete it because I had to switch out the SSD. I was like, fuck, I had to switch it. So yeah. Have you any guys played it?
Nope.
I only played the beta, but it was fun though. So I mean, so I'm pretty sure the final game was probably pretty fun.
Oh, and I kind of missed the thing on Doom. Like everyone's raving about it, but it's like I could never find the time to either pick up a copy that's cheap or have the time to play it.
Yeah, I just know it's gonna be cheap, just like Wolfenstein. But I haven't even played Wolfenstein, so I'm just like, whatever. When it's $20, I'll get it. So.
Oh man, it's been $20 several times.
Has it on PSN?
Yeah.
It has Black Friday. It
Oh,
was even on the Black Friday sale for PSN. It was $20.
I think I was holding.
Yep.
I must have been like holding myself back or something, or just like you already have too many games. I must have kept myself off at that point of like no more Tekken.
And I think like one thing that's holding me back too is like when you put the game in, it downloads like incredibly a huge amount of a huge patch, just because of all the multiplayer stuff, and it's like 50 gigs. I was like, oh, screw it.
Oh, that sounds painful.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
50. Yeah, disgusting. All right, well, we've reached the end and the big enchilada, kahuna, whatever they call it, whatever that thing. Game of the year, woo! So, my pick is Uncharted 4 for the reasons I gave it biggest spectacle. I kind of switched it around and like was talking about what made it, you know, so close to my heart and so special in the wrong category, but whatever, it still holds up. It was a nice adventure with Drake and friends as they went through and adventured and had fun and hunted treasure from pirates. Ah, yeah, it was great. And there's multiplayer now. I get to play with Zephyr and Gamer, and it's fun. Co-op, that is, because F that PvP crap.
I've been playing the PvP. Oh man, this is an aside. Like PvP is super smooth on, or like just in general because it's a higher frame rate. If you go from PvP and then just decide to go play campaign, like the first few moments of the campaign feel like really jittery. And then after a while, like the feeling goes away. But yeah, I would also say Uncharted 4. I was thinking about this was the only category I could remember before the show. And I was like, oh, which one did I think was best? It's like, what did I even play this year? All I can think of is Paragon. And I was like, oh wait, Uncharted came out. Oh, Metal Gear came out this year. Oh man, so many games came out this year, and I definitely played them.
Wait, Metal Gear came out last year?
Metal Gear came out last year?
Oh
Maybe.
wait, no, it didn't.
I was about to say, John. That
was the year
about that.
before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gave
'cause
the
all
best
that,
mechanic to the
'cause all that stuff.
whatchamacallit thingy. I was listening to an old episode. The forward operating, or not the forward operating base, but the
Infinite Metal
yeah,
Gear.
that one.
Yes. Yeah. So in the end, well, a lot of people were saying Doom. I've seen Doom brought up a lot for Game of the Year, and it's like, I don't know. Like, yes, it was amazing, but I think for me, it was more interesting in that it showed us what first-person shooters could have been in 2016 had like Modern Warfare not happened. So, does that make it Game of the Year? Nah. Well, maybe, but then yeah, I think Uncharted 4 maybe also has the advantage of I just finished it again, and yes, it's still really cool. Still really good.
And there's stealth in it, and it's part open world, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this was in here, and I got to sneak around and sneak up on dudes and knock them out. It was great. I was like, a stealth game in Uncharted. Yes! I mean, there's stealth in the other ones, or Uncharted 2 at least, so that was cool.
But not a lot of stealth, thankfully, because I would have never finished it otherwise. So
It's both easier and harder if you go stealth. because it's slower. But there aren't as many guys. Like, if you break stealth, there are way more guys to kill. Although in Uncharted 4, and this was really cool for the series, is that in many instances you can just run away and then not have to kill the rest of them.
Do you have a choice here, RPG, or do you still undecided? Nuclear option.
I might have to nuclear option this one because like last year, like some of my most anticipated games came out, so it's just like I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like two of my favorite series have ended, and it's like Final Fantasy 15 finally came out, and just like there was just so much going on last year. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know. All of the games except Star Ocean. All of the games. Because that game will not get any awards from me. Because rant. All the previous podcast rants. So, yes, that is my response.
Gamer.
Final Fantasy 15.
Really?
Not. Uncharted 4.
Trollolo. That was great. Oh.
Guys, Resident Evil commercials on.
For the movie or the
Wait,
game?
for the movie or the game?
For the movie, obviously. I don't care about the game.
Oh wow, two. Oh, is that why they're both coming out in January?
Oh yeah, you're right. That is happening, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow.
7 is coming out in yeah.
For the first time, synergy.
Except they're like completely different.
Yeah, that's totally
completely different at this point. So
For the
it's like
first
pretty
and
much
last time.
Resident Evil only in name at this point. It's happened. Actually, I think they both probably are at this point because the game is nothing like the previous ones, and the movie is
That's
nothing like
true.
the games. So, in name only, Resident Evil month. I am excited for that movie though. It's the best video game movies ever. Bite me.
Okay, so that wraps up our. Did you want to go over Uncharted 4 at all, Gamer, before we move on?
When did it come out? It was pretty early in the year.
May because got delayed, remember?
May.
I was about to say, you got delay a lot in the spring.
Because it got delayed, and everybody was like, "Why? Why is it delayed?" Because making games are hard, guys. Making games is hard. So it's like, it happens.
Because it was March and they delayed it, but a month and a half.
And then delayed it again.
Well, at least to the bright side, this year I probably won't have that problem with all the categories. So, because we already know where all my awards are going. So, there's at least that.
You say that now.
Trust me, Tekken. Trust me. If anything else gets an award, I will eat my shoe.
Oh, I remember that.
I am that confident. Wait, no, because I forgot. Danganronpa is getting a new game this year too. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't even matter. If it's not Persona 5, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But what about the secret Switch
Nope,
launch
doesn't
games
matter.
you've been tweeting about
Doesn't matter.
magical mystery games that you're just like, I don't know what hype train you're on, RPG, because I'm like, you must be on something.
Doesn't matter.
Or just
Unless
really
it's
want to
Persona
believe in the
5.
Switch.
Like the day after, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Tekken. It doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
I don't think you understand how much it does not matter,
I don't.
Tekken. because if it's not Persona 5, it doesn't matter. I'll still play other stuff, but I just won't enjoy them as much because they're not Persona 5.
Because you've been waiting for this since when was Persona 4 first released?
It's supposed to be on PS3, right? And then they're like,
Oh, on PS2.
Oh, it was?
P-
What?
Yeah.
No.
Persona 4.
Persona 4 was on PS2, yes.
When was this?
That was like years ago.
Exactly.
I think PS3 existed already.
It did, because it came out.
It was like the last one of the last PS2 games.
It was
Right?
the last PS2 game. But guys, it's happening this year, and nothing else matters. And we're only a few months away. So GTFO everything else. GTFO everything else. Actually, it's probably a good thing that everything else is coming out before, because I'm not going to remember
Gee,
anything.
what if there's like a surprise Kirby and Pikmin game at launch? You know you want that.
It's going to be Persona 5? Because if not, it doesn't matter.
I don't
Because
know.
if they're not, it doesn't matter.
Will
What
it?
if they announced Persona 5 for Switch?
I already have a PS4. I don't think you understand how much nothing else matters.
You don't want PS4 Persona 5 on the go?
I won't need it on the go because I'll have it. So that's all that matters.
So even if they're like, yeah, we're just kidding about, you know, those wing games we talked about being farther away than they are, because Kingdom Hearts 3 is this year. Woo!
Guys,
No,
guys,
God.
guys, what did I just say?
Okay, well, enough
What
of
did I
that.
just say? If it's not Persona 5, it doesn't matter. I don't care how many Mickey Mouses you throw in it. Not Persona 5. It doesn't matter.
Okie dokie. Well, we can move on to the final segment, the news. Cancellations is one thing I can think of, because Dragon Skill, Dead Zors,
Scalebound?
Scalebound, I'm sorry.
Scalebound.
I just knew it had dragons in it and it had Skill in the name, whatever.
Wow. But it's okay. You understand because it's not Persona 5. So that's why it didn't matter.
So yeah, you know, if you look at Microsoft's E3 2014 lineup, lots of Where Are They Now, Vaporware, Dead Zone.
Oh, because that one game came out. That one
Ori.
with that
Ori the Blind Forest.
Yeah.
no that the time thing.
Project Spark came out too.
Oh,
but-
Quantum Break.
That one. I was like, what the hell's the name of that game? That one
Yeah,
game.
it's last year. Quantum Break came out last year, but it really wasn't spectacular. It was decent.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but if you look at Scalebound, I thought Project or that Fable game, Fable Legends or whatever, canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled.
That was
That was
Everything
canceled
Fable
last
canceled.
year.
Project
Oh.
Spark did come out, but it
It
wasn't
got closed
like
down though.
good, and they shut it down.
Yeah, so that's, you
Yeah.
know, 0 for 3 right there. And then it's like Crackdown
Yeah.
3?
It's Crackdown.
I wanna
Supposed to come out last year?
see, like real Crackdown 3.
Oh yeah, they did mention Crackdown 3, but nobody cares about that.
No, they're saying, oh, it's coming out, you guys, it's coming out this year. It's like we haven't seen a shred of footage yet. It's not a tech
That's what
demo.
they.
That's not a tech demo.
News
It's like,
thing.
what the hell?
Yeah, it's like when I go to my On This Day feed from Facebook and I'm like, oh, Cyberpunk 2077 was like 2013 a couple days ago. Where's that game at? I don't know.
Well, they said that was a long way out though. They never said that was coming out anytime
Yeah,
soon.
they said they just started working on
Oh,
it.
yeah,
They made The
that-
Witcher 3.
But that
Yeah.
was like 4 years ago, and they're done with Witcher 3, and they haven't been developing it at all, and it's kind of
So
depressing.
then that means they're probably started full development now.
Please be excited.
Pretty much.
But hey, by the time it comes out, I'll have it even better than PS4 Pro, PS4 probably, and it'll look even better.
Actually,
Yay.
it'll probably just be moved to the next console, like the Final Fantasy and Last Guardian did, because they was like, hey, we remember that time we started off on this console? Yeah, we had to move generations because reasons, guys. So it's fine. Although it kind of sucks because like Scalebound actually looked like it would have been cool, but then of course it had to be hit with the Microsoft curse, and then beyond
Microsoft.
they're like, hey, we don't like good games, guys. We just like the same stuff over and over again. So, thanks.
It's sort of weird. So, like, Scalebound, the idea for it apparently is very old and belongs to Platinum, but because of the publishing deal, Scalebound belongs to Microsoft, and so them shutting it down means Scalebound
Can no longer.
will not exist in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, they
like
could just do like a Mighty Number 9 thing. Just be like, it's not really Mega
they can call
Man.
it
They're dinosaurs now. They're not dragons.
Dragon scale.
They're dinosaurs. And since we don't know what dinosaurs look like, really, who knows? Maybe they did have big leathery wings and breathe fire and.
It's like those are suspiciously like dragons. It's like no. You got wrong D animal. Wrong D animal. Wrong dinosaurs.
Also, the Phantom Dust remake is just going to be a normal remake.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
What do you mean, like just a normal remake as opposed to?
It's gonna be a remaster.
Oh, a remaster.
Like it's the same game. It's just built from the ground up again.
So it's not really a remake. It's just a pretty port.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was supposed to be like a new game, right?
Yeah.
Just for the Phantom Dust.
It's a new one.
Man, it's a good thing Microsoft never lies to us about stuff.
Oh my god, did you see what... Oh my god. Phil Spencer says, like, oh, we have to take risks. Like, what was Scalebound then? Was it not a risk? Stupid.
I guess we can always cling to Cuphead.
Cuphead and Below.
Oh yes, and Below.
We haven't seen Below in such a long while. That was announced years ago.
What is Below?
It's like this independent game from was it Capybara?
Wait, speaking of which, didn't Capcom have some game that they announced like forever and a day ago and we saw nothing else of?
Oh,
The
Deep Down.
Yeah, that was the one that made me believe.
People have been saying it's practically dead.
Which game? What is it called?
I believe it's gone.
Deep Down.
Capcom doesn't make new stuff
Deep
anymore.
Down. That was it. That's what
It was
the
like their
Dark
Demon Souls ripoff, yeah.
Yeah, it was like Assassin's
Although it's-
Creed, a bit roguelike, or not roguelike, but a procedurally generated dungeon thingy.
Yeah. It was like a game, and then became a free to play game, and then it's like
It has
we
to be
don't know.
dead by now. Because
Yeah.
at this point, if they haven't like marketed the hell out of it, they don't care, and they just dropped it. Because anytime they have a game that they want you to know about, you're gonna know about it. You're gonna know about it.
If I had a Capcom,
Fighters and stuff. And their
other than
Resident
like their 3DS stuff, it's like they only release like one big new title every year. Like last year was
It was Street Fighter 5 last year. Wasn't
Street
it?
Fighter 5, yeah. Then this year's Resident Evil 7, but I haven't seen anything else from them.
They have Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Oh yeah, that's this year
Stone,
too, right?
This year
Super
too, yeah.
Califragilistic, Expialidocious,
Wait, was
Hyper
Dead Rising
Arcade
4
Edition.
tied to Capcom at all?
That was Capcom publishing it, but it's like it was
I think a different developer does that.
it was made by their Vancouver team, I think. And yeah, that game went under the radar.
Because that one they kind of just released and were just like, yep, it's not Street Fighter, so we don't really care. It's like, thanks, Capcom. Thanks.
Kind of sad.
No one thinks so. I guess we'll never see that game, which is fine, because it probably wouldn't have been good anyway. But to each his own. But I am kind of sad that Scalebound got canceled, because that game looks like it would have been super fun. And it's like, while I probably would have never got to play it because I refused to buy an Xbox One, it still would have been...
Well, they announced, it was at last year's E3, they announced that it's going to be on PC.
Yeah.
I don't have a PC that could run that.
With GeForce Now, you do.
Oh, I guess that's something for the news. GeForce Now.
But yeah, Scalebound sucks, because that's the only reason why I kept my Xbox One alive.
That was like the only thing I was excited about for the Xbox One, and then just like...
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, RPG's not getting an Xbox One. Ever.
Like, pretty much. It's like, now it's definitely never happening. So it's like, well...
Yeah, it's sort of crazy. Like, in the beginning, I was totally against Xbox One. And then they changed everything. It's like, okay, now they're basically, it's like whichever one you want. But then it got to this point where I sort of feel like, why? I mean, not really against it, but I don't see any reason to get that one anymore over a PS4.
Yeah, I think the like the momentum that we talked about, like Sony having with like their like the franchise that they keep churning out with like the first party studios, like Uncharted, God of War, Last of Us, blah blah blah, all those. It's like Microsoft, like they have the opportunity like to make more of them, but then they always fall back to like the same old thing. And like after this, it's like I don't see it happening. It's like it's overdue.
Yeah.
And then it's like I also see like the opportunity for like Nintendo to just like come in and snatch up anybody that like hadn't bought an Xbox One to be like, hey guys, we got Switch with all these sweet Nintendo games that you all love. Come love us again, please, because we are desperate.
I mean, my thing is like, I mean, because now the money probably that I would have probably spent on Xbox One that I'm definitely not going to do now is probably going to go to a Switch. Because I mean, and especially with the whole rumor that it might launch at 250, I was like, I'd definitely be like holiday season. It's like I'll buy one regardless. Like I don't even care. It's like, you know what? I can just it doesn't matter if there's like only one game on it. It's $250 is a Nintendo console. I know it's gonna have Mario. It's probably gonna have some kind of Pokemon game on it. So it's like it's fine. It's fine. That'll keep me busy long enough. It doesn't matter. So it's well, it's kind of sad. That's kind of sad.
No, and plus you look at like the games that might come out for Switch. It's different than what you would get from Microsoft.
Yeah, that's true
Like
too.
having both of these consoles, like wow, most of the games are the same.
Too much overlap.
Yeah, there's like a few games that I would get for one or the other. And
Yeah, because like outside of it being like a first party thing, it's like most of the games are like multi-platform. So it's like
Yeah.
so, and then like most of the games are very similar because it's like you have your shooters and your open world games and stuff. So it's like, well, there really is no reason for me to get it if they're just going to kill any new IPs or anything that they had going. So it's like, well,
I mean, the only new thing they have now, that's supposedly coming this year, is Sea of Thieves, the Rare game. But
rare.
from what we've seen of it, it seems a bit shallow. I don't know.
They got bought up and then they got kicked into a corner. He's like, haha, we just wanted to have you so no one else could because we're petty like that.
And it's you find out I find it hilarious that a company that was ex-Rare guys were able to kickstart a game that's practically a Rare game and get it funded, and they're gonna release it. I think it's gonna be this year.
Yeah, finally.
Like they made the Rare game before even Rare did made their actual game.
Like the actual Rare.
Actual Rare game, yeah.
It's kind of sad.
I mean, Xbox One S is really attractive because it was a 250. I mean, you were getting a bunch of games when you bought the system. Like I think for Black Friday or Christmas, it was like you get 3 games when you buy this 250 console, $250 console. Gears of War 4 with Halo 5, blah blah blah. It's like, oh shit, that's a good deal. You get 4K, you get a Blu-ray player that's 4K. It's like shit.
It's kind of like weird when you think about it, because it kind of is like the same problem to be had when you're in the Nintendo drought of like there's no new first party stuff. Except they actually have third party support, so it's like there's that. But the other guys have games I could be playing if I had their box.
Yeah, I don't see anyone buying an Xbox One just to play Cuphead or any other independent title, no matter how good they are.
This is what owning a PS3 was like back then.
But like PS3 back then, it's like there were a ton of games that you couldn't get on Xbox.
Guys, the PS3 had Valkyria Chronicles. That's all that mattered. So
hey, Metal Gear Solid 4, mother effer.
I don't care. Valkyria Chronicles existed, and that's all that mattered. So,
and that's still only on Sony systems. The remastered was only for PS4, wasn't it?
That's because Microsoft doesn't deserve it. They don't deserve it.
Like Kinect is basically totally gone, right?
Yep.
I don't think I've even seen one in the stores.
I mean, of course you haven't, because wait, didn't that used to be like forcibly packaged with the Xbox One?
Yes.
And then they went back on
They removed it.
And they're like, JK guys, you actually don't need this, but please love our peripherals.
Yeah, the deals were super good. If if the games I've been playing weren't free, like I may have bought one. A friend of mine actually, she called me and was like, "So I bought an Xbox One," and I was like,
Did you ask her
"Why?"
why?
Yeah, that was the first thing I asked, and she said it was cheap. It was like $130 she paid for it. It was a new one, and she somehow finagled like double discounts or whatever and got it down to 130. Came with Battlefield 1, and I was like, why? It's like, I don't know. It comes with a game, Battlefield 1. It's like, you don't play any of that stuff.
Exactly.
You have a PS3, and you don't play that either. Like, the only thing I ever saw you play was like Gran Turismo a little bit because you like how pretty the cars are. She was like, but it's a 4K Blu-ray player, right? I can watch 4K Blu-ray movies. And I was like, do you have a 4K TV? It's like, no.
So all your arguments right now, just all of your arguments right now, because even like to this day, my dad has yet to play his Xbox One, which he bought like over a year ago. And I'm just like, why? Why would you do this? Because like, and the first part is he asked me, he was like, should I get a PS4 or Xbox One? And I was like, if you waste your money on an Xbox One, it's just gonna sit there. What did he do? Buy Xbox One anyway. And has he used it? No. He just took it out of the box like months ago, and it's just sitting there, just sitting there. Over a year now. Just took it out of the box.
That's what I said to her because she was like, well, I was just like, do you even watch regular Blu-rays? Like, kind of. But I mostly watch stuff on Netflix in standard def. I was like,
what?
There's no reason to watch this. Yeah, I was not even aware that Netflix had a standard def plan.
I did not either. That
what? They do?
That's news to me.
Is it like really cheaper?
Like $5 or something?
I guess it's cheaper.
I've always been paying like the $12 or whatever. It's like,
yeah. I was like, this makes no sense. So
weird.
You just bought it, and then that makes it. She has like these red DualShock 3 controllers that she bought years ago when I still lived here, and I was like, "Did you ever open those controllers?" I was like, "No." I was like, "That's what I predict. Like the Xbox One is just you're gonna get it, you're gonna feel good that you got a good deal, but it's just gonna box."
It's like,
but hey, Microsoft got that sale. Ding.
I guess so.
And now
they
she got a
beating
pretty
software
paperweight.
sales. Oh.
Like this, yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, it's sort of infuriating. Like most of my friends that I interact with physically, like I can see them, agree that I know more about games than they do, and yet, like they all went and bought Xboxes.
None of them listen.
Or a lot of them buy Xboxes. Like, why?
They were cheap.
Actually, it's
Like,
funny
they
that
were
you said
big-
Chapter Club because I recently took one of the surveys that you get after you buy a console or something. Sony sent me, and like that was like one of the thingies, and it was like price, and I was like, Psh, I don't care about price. I'm like all this other stuff like on here, like experience, quality of games, something, and I was like price, psh, whatever, dude. Like that's only important if that's the only thing I care about, which is not the case.
Yeah.
So
If it's like below a certain amount, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like, and it's been like that for years. Like people are just like, yeah, like undisputed, you know more about games, and yet you all
Didn't listen?
question why I prefer PlayStation. Very strange.
I mean,
But I do live in Xbox country, so I guess that's probably why.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised you didn't get one, Tropical. Honestly.
Yeah, no, it's just been this whole thing. Like in the beginning, it was just like, no, like they're doing this wrong. They're like, and everyone is like okay with it. They're just saying, oh, it's Trojan horse. It's like that. So wait, you know it's a Trojan horse, and you still want to let it into your house?
yes.
And if it's a Trojan horse, like the 360 should have been the Trojan horse, because people actually bought that one and like they wanted it and they liked it. You don't like put your soldiers in the next Trojan horse.
Yes. Well, actually, yes, you do, because then it's like once their guard's down, it's like, well, they're just still giving us gifts. Why don't we just keep taking them? Then next thing you know, your town gets destroyed. Although I've never understood how the whole Trojan horse thing works, because it's like, bruh, you guys have been at war with these guys for how long now? You're just gonna accept some mysterious gift that just showed up in there? It's like, guys, how is your first thought not like immediate suspicion, as opposed to just like, guys, I have the perfect place for this. I have the perfect place for it. It's a giant wooden horse. Where were you planning on putting it?
Weird.
What was even that just didn't make sense.
But yeah, like by then I had already bought a PS4, and then like the realization it dawned upon me is like there's just too much stuff to play, and I got to the point where it's like, yeah, it's like I'm not spending any money, and I'm like playing a ton of stuff, and I'm still buying more games, but I'm not getting to play them because I'm playing all the free stuff. And it really came down to, I don't think it makes sense to have both consoles. Because I have no time, really, to play anything else.
Well, you have time. You just refuse to make time. Just refuse.
I use all of that time playing the stuff that I'm already playing that I didn't buy.
Pretty much.
You've been neglecting the stuff that I bought. So yeah, I have a Wii U because I don't know what happened, but we ended up with a Wii U. And my daughter plays a lot, so that's cool. Someone's using it, and PS4, that's what I'm playing on, and it's like, yeah, there's no
you have
time
like
to
3
have all the
PS4s,
consoles.
so there's that.
Yeah, I have 4 PS4s and
Which is
0
still
Xbox
ridiculous.
Ones.
So ridiculous.
In my new house, it makes more sense. Now it's like, oh, now I can put TVs actually in different rooms.
Tropical.
And have PS4s on all of them.
It never makes sense. Don't try to justify it.
Before
Don't
my
try to-
TVs were so close together, it's like,
Just
why would
no.
I turn on to play on that system when it's next to the big TV in the same room that's also connected to a system? It's sort of annoying. It would be cool if like PS4s also functioned as PlayStation TVs and you could stream gameplay to each of them.
I mean, you could get Vita
Sure.
TVs.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah. Anyway, I have a lot of PlayStation 4s. And somehow that still works.
For no reason, Tropical.
Yep.
No
I
reason.
can play Paragon in here. I could play Paragon over there. I can play Paragon over there. Yes.
I am just shocked and slightly appalled. Slightly appalled. Wait, is there a demo that sells a Berseria? To the PS4. BRB.
I think we're still recording.
We are.
Well, I'm just hoping for seeing what Microsoft says at E3 this year. So
They're gonna say, "Please be
very
excited,"
curious.
and then
Very
they're gonna show you all the beautiful crackdown
Hello,
footage you ever.
Project Scorpio. Like, oh man, look how
Yeah.
amazing this looks. 4K. Oh, future.
I feel
But
like
is
it's
it-
gonna blow up in their faces.
I agree. They have no
'Cause
games.
I got the.
I mean, they're gonna show.
TV.
They're probably gonna show Halo 6 on it, right?
Ooh,
Oh, yeah,
gamer,
maybe.
a new Halo game. Yeah.
You know what they aren't gonna show? Horizon. You know what else they're not gonna show? Persona
Probably not.
5.
Last of Us
You know what
Part
else they're
2,
not gonna show?
New God of War, the other zombie game by Sony Bin.
Spider-Man.
Oh god, yes,
The
yes.
list goes on.
That game looks amazing.
It's like, yeah, unlike you know, Microsoft, Sony has been able to brew up a storm and keep making it rain games.
Also, Neo coming out in February as well.
Oh
It's
my
like-
gosh.
In Nier Automata.
Yeah, I think it's gonna blow up in their faces because one, 4K and HDR, I don't feel like are really big selling points. Like they sort of are, but it's not as apparent. You know, the difference between standard def and 1080 was just night and day. You go into the store and you look at a 1080 screen, and it's like, okay, yeah, that definitely looks like the best TV I have ever seen. And then you find out, oh, it's new technology. But 4K is like, it looks good, but it also doesn't look that much better, I think, than 1080p does. You have to see them side by side and it's like, okay, yes, 4K looks better. But if you're just looking at a room of 4K TVs, you just think, this is what all TVs look like these days, right? So if that's their selling point, like that is going to be really hard to sell. So the other thing they could do is just be like, this is the most powerful console ever, and then show like ridiculously amazing looking games. But then all the people who just bought Xbox Ones will be like, wait a minute, didn't you say that everything carries forward? It's like, well, yes, like you will be able to play your crappy games from now on the new system.
Oh man,
When you buy
that's,
the new system. We said backwards compatible, not forward. Or it's your system is not forward compatible. The new one is backward compatible with all the stuff that you bought for the system, presumably.
Yay!
So yeah, like they'll say,
But hey guys, it's only $3.99,
like,
so same
they
as
didn't
PS4.
actually say, you know, because they sort of made the case like, yeah, like, don't worry, we are releasing a new one next year, but if you buy now, your stuff will still work. It's like the other thing where they'll, where when they were gonna do all online, it's like, yeah, because think of it, like you'll be able to bring your games everywhere because they'll just be digital in the cloud and all that. It's like, but you know that makes the assumption that everywhere you go has an Xbox One already, and that's like far from the case right now since the console is not even out yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they show Super Amazing Halo 6, then they might as well kick off the new generation. Because people are going to be like, wow, so that'll look like that's what it'll look like on my Xbox One S. It's like,
About that, it would look similar.
I guess it's the
But,
bright side is that the 50% rule and the crash that me and RPG were like, oh dude, it's totally going to happen. I mean, in the virtual realm, in the real world where we face an existential crisis, who knows what's going to happen? But you know, gaming industry is still
yes,
still
in the
going
gaming
along,
world.
still chugging along.
I
Haven't
think
crashed yet.
it's going to work out. Well, I think that's why Pro is sort of, because Pro is not so much better that anyone who buys a regular PS4 should feel like an idiot. But yeah, I think Project Scorpio, the way they've said the specs are, it's like you would be stupid to just use that for native 4K. Like, what's the point of that? But then, if you're not going to just use it for native 4K, then games on that system will definitely not work on 1S or 1. I wonder what they're going to call it. Why is it called
Xbox 2.
Scorpion? Xbox 2.
Xbox 1.2.
Jeez.
Xbox 180. Wait, no. Let's see if they skipped 1
Huh.
and then 360
Well,
and 2.
they
So it had to be 2.
2. They skipped 2 because they thought it would compare favorably to PS3.
Xbox 240, Xbox 24, because we have a 2 and a 4 in it. So, yeah. Or 247, because it's a 24/7 console, something, blah, blah, blah. Marketing speak.
Oh yeah, yep. That's how they named their consoles.
In the... Wait, which article?
Right? Like 360 was named 360 because It was supposed to be like all-encompassing.
I think
Like
so.
a circle.
Yeah, like a media service. Yeah, like
Yeah.
all your stuff connects to it. Hard connect. But yeah, also while we were taking a break, Mass Effect Andromeda finally got a release date, March 21st. Cannot wait. Day one for me.
Really? March 21st?
Yeah.
I don't know when stuff is coming out. Like, the things that you mentioned, I did not know they were coming out so soon.
These things are all happening, Tropical. These things
Wait,
are
what's
all
coming?
happening.
So Resident Evil comes out
The end
27th.
of
2 weeks,
January.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Between Gravity Rush and Tales of Vesperia.
And then
Wait, so
there's...
Gravity Rush comes out. No, didn't
The
that get
24th.
pushed back?
20th.
Comes out on the 24th, doesn't it?
20th.
I'll look it up on the...
Sure,
That's
it's the 20th?
January?
I
Gravity
don't
Rush
think
is in January?
the 20th isn't a third or Tuesday?
Yeah, it's Friday.
You're serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Regarders 2 comes out on Friday,
Could you tell Sony to stop it with their nonsense?
on the 20th. And
Global
then...
launches happen on
And
Fridays.
then Resident Evil 7's 4 days later, on the 24th, and the same day as Tales of Vesperia. Or
And the
Vesperia.
same day as Yakuza 0.
Yep.
Is that January too?
Yep.
Yes.
Has anything come out already in the new year?
That I don't know, because I'm only concerned
like
about the games I'm
attacks.
excited about.
Let me see. Today's the 11th. We have
Yeah, because I don't think we did an RRR, did we? Because we were gone.
Nope, we did not. There's a game that was called Nevermind that came out on Xbox One.
What was it about?
I don't know. And Fatal Fury comes out on the PS4 tomorrow. For the Arcade Archive.
Came out yesterday.
That weird idle game?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Hatsune Miike. Yeah.
Man, the VR version of that is so chill. It's like VR games are pretty intense, but that one is. I like that one.
And then there's
Just watching a concert, basically.
some Japanese game called As Divine Hearts. A new Shantae game came out.
Wait, what? Divine Hearts? What?
As Divine Hearts. Something. It's
Yeah,
on-
it's a RPG. that
Is
looks
it really?
That looks really old school.
Oh, that's probably why I didn't look at it. I'm not a fan of old school stuff anymore.
That would be it though, for this year.
Huh. So
Well, there's other stuff, but it's not like high profile.
next Friday is when big stuff starts coming again.
Stuff hits the
Well,
fan.
and we get
yeah.
the Switch presentation tomorrow. So
It's 10
It's not a
o'clock,
release
right?
for
At night?
I guess.
yep.
It's 11
Damn.
my time, though.
That's a crazy late time.
Well, that's
It's
because
Japan.
it's in Japan, so it's not that.
Oh,
that late for
yeah,
us,
that's
not
right.
for them.
That's right.
And I'm gonna be at work. Darn it.
Just
I
have
don't
like
know where I'll be. Wow, and then we were talking about other games in
Oh,
February.
actually, 2064 Read Only Memories comes out the 17th.
Read only memory.
is that still coming out for PS4? I thought it was
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah, it says here on PS4.
Oh.
Wait. There's another Atelier game coming out on the 17th.
There's always an Atelier game coming out.
For PS4?
Vita.
Oh, okay.
And then a Fate Extella game on PS4 and Vita
Yeah, I think that one's a Musou, though. A Musou.
on the 17th. The Flame and the Flood on PS4.
Oh, I wanted to play that.
Dragon Quest VIII on 3DS
I didn't like that game.
on the 20th as well.
So
Is this,
it
is
begins
this going to be a thing
again.
now?
And
They
then-
just have random release dates now. They're just, you know what? We
oh,
don't
then
care what
also
day of the
there's,
week it is.
there's Kingdom Hearts with ridiculous naming conventions that are just collections, you know, on the 24th as
All
well.
of the Kingdom Hearts. All of them. Alright, 2.8 does
Wait.
come out this month.
That comes out this month?
Yep.
Yes, because it's on the, like the 27th or something.
Oh. And apparently there's a fourth Double Dragon game coming out on the 30th. On Monday. On PS4 and on PC. Cannot wait.
Oh wait, that's like an old arcade one.
No, it's a new,
No,
it's a new
That's
game.
a new one.
It's a
It's a
new
new
That's
one.
a new one.
That
Yeah,
is
because
a-
they announced
Double
it.
Dragon?
It's a
Yeah.
new one, but it's on the old graphics. It's pretty neat.
So it's like a retro new game, a new retro game
Yes,
kind
I
of
saw this on
thing.
here and I was like, wait, there's another Double Dragon? No
Yes.
way.
Because I remember seeing the news stories and everybody's all like excited and they're like, "There's a new Double Dragon coming out!" Like, oh my gosh, calm down, everybody. Calm
Hey
the
man,
hell
Double Dragon 3
down.
was amazing. I can't. It's awesome.
Wait, yeah, is it like 2 or 3?
It's like
I haven't
3.
seen it. It's like 3.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, let's see. New stories. Rhyme apparently is no longer PS4 exclusive.
Oh no, I don't know what rhyme is.
We've known that for a while, actually, but they just released a new trailer for the game.
It still looks good.
What is it about? Is it amazing?
Well, at the time, like, Last Guardian was vaporware, and when we saw it, we were like, oh, it's like Team Ico's games,
Oh,
but in color. And then,
ha.
yeah, then we didn't see it for a long
And
time.
it's supposed to be coming out in May.
Double ha.
There's been some delisting of games. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Platinum and Amazing Spider-Man have been pulled
Mm,
from digital storage store shelves.
I guess Amazon or Activision just does really short digital licenses to sell.
Less than a year though on the Turtles game. It's crazy.
I was about to say, 'cause that
Yeah.
came out last year,
Because it
didn't
was
it?
on sale and I didn't buy it, and then that happened. I was like, no, no. But you know, I was like that for Ultimate Marvel Capcom and something else, and they both came back. So yeah,
Wait, but
there's
didn't
still
Gamer
hope.
say that game was broken?
Yeah, he said it was bad. Or the
one?
reviews for it are not that good. The
The
Turtles from
Teenage Mutant
Platinum.
Ninja Turtle one.
I was watching gameplay. It looked terrible.
Oh.
I know Tropical has it.
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, I knew one of you guys had it.
It's Tropical then.
I think multiplayer might be fun, but like single player is like you don't know what's happening. It's like platinum type stuff, but then like there's 4 of you and 3 of you are not controlled by you at the same time. And yeah, there's just too many things happening.
Hmm. Interesting.
Multiplayer might be fun.
Also, apparently there's a bunch
Well, I
of...
mean, not now. I mean, it's gone, right? You can't buy it.
Well, you can still get physical copies. But yeah,
Why would I do
digital
that?
ones are gone.
Apparently there's a bunch of Switch third-party accessories dropping or leaking, so there's that.
Oh no.
Tennis racket?
What? Why?
They sold tennis rackets for Wii.
Yeah, but that's different. The controller had it. It was like,
Tennis racket
except for
screen
that.
holder?
yeah, that's just weird. That's just weird.
Oh, we mentioned this, but we didn't talk about this. So GeForce Now is this really cool thing, but it's priced terribly, and it's that thing that we've been talking about for like ever, as far as like, you know, well, I guess it's not the thing where it's like the guts are built into the monitor, but it's like, you know, close enough to where it's like, you know, you can play your games that are on your account for whatever service you have, like Steam or GOG.com or whatever, like from a client, and it just streams it magically with like...
Wait, so how does it work? Like, it's your games
Yeah, it's your account.
that you already own?
Yes. And it works on
Or-
Macs too.
So it's not like you sign up for a GeForce Now account and you buy games from GeForce Now?
You could buy them. It'll get added to your Steam library.
Also, it's anything in your Steam library?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Steam, Steam Origin, and other stuff like that, you know, like GOG.com. And there's different
Huh.
tiers of it for like different quality visuals.
Yeah, you can get either a 1060, right?
Yeah,
Or
1060 or 1080, yeah. But then it's like weird, the pricing is, there's like,
Per hour
Yeah.
or something. Like $25.
it's 2,500
Gets you-
credits.
Yep, like points. And then
That does sound terrible. Whose idea was that?
the money people.
Mm,
Money, my dear boy.
it's like 1,000
Money.
credits per minute or something, so it's, yeah, $25 a minute, or for $25, 25 minutes, so, you know.
Wow, that is.
As opposed to
no.
like I can pay $10 for my Netflix and watch it as much as I want in a month. So thanks Nvidia, thanks for effing that up. Thanks a lot, guys.
Good job.
We
Good
almost
job,
had it,
guys.
and you just, you lined up all those cars to jump with your sweet, sweet dirt bike, and you got on it, and you're like, all right, guys, I'm gonna hit this jump, and then just, halfway through,
They fell
accident
into the pool
happened.
with the sharks.
An accident happened,
With the sharks.
and it didn't work out. Let's see what else. Oh, also at CES, Razer had some
Oh, that thing was awesome.
multi-monitor thefts going on.
Laptop, multi-monitor laptop.
That
And-
seems.
It's like a thick laptop, and then you open it up, and then you open
Yeah.
it up again, and then you have triple monitors.
So it was very reminiscent
Not to
of.
mention
I
they
feel
were
like they kind
all
of
H.
of a
They were all
laptop.
4K screens.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Triple
That-
4K screens
wow.
with G-Sync.
It was very
Like, how the
reminiscent.
hell is it powering that? Holy shit!
But yes, like
It's not.
If it's not plugged in, you turn it on, and it turns off.
yeah,
Yeah,
somehow
I'm about to say it's like.
somehow
Like,
those
oh,
were
almost a second that
somehow
time.
someone was able to steal some of those. So that was very reminiscent of the E3 where the Snake Eater demo got stolen.
Wait, really? Someone jacked one of the... What's it called? Project Aurora or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how much will one of those things cost?
Let
a
me
small
see.
fortune?
It's gonna be a few thousand.
Let's see. Is there a price on this?
Because the Razor Blade Stealth is like 1600 or something like that.
Oh my.
This is a triple 4K screen version. They also did a different thing, Project something else, and it's like
Oh yeah, the room light up thing.
yeah,
That looked interesting, but I was like, I would not pay for this.
yeah.
This does not add to my gaming experience. This is kind of
I mean,
distracting,
it's
actually.
basically VR, but instead of putting it in front of your
2D
eyes, it's
VR.
like, yeah, it's projected on everything in your room.
At first, it felt I was looking at it, I was like, that's kind of cool, but it'd probably be a bit distracting or just get old after a while.
Did you see like the video of it in action?
Yeah, I saw someone using it at TS. I was like, that's kind of neat. But then I was like, it's probably not worth the price. So
It looks like you're I don't know, some drug thing.
what else? Microsoft had some PR blast about 2017 is going to be great, guys, and stuff before the cancellation announcement. But we'll wait and see on that. Uncharted 4 sold 8.7 million copies. Oh yeah, okay. Besides Uncharted 4 selling 8.7 million copies, apparently there's a Project Cars 2 coming out in September. So I'm excited about that because I like the first one. I should go back and play it more. Possible Zelda Breath of the Wild coming alongside the Switch in March, maybe. A lot of hot rumors now about what's going to launch with the Switch.
Well, I guess all those rumors will be put to rest soon. So, all the Switch plays and Switch sings and all that fun stuff.
Yep, Just Dance will definitely be on there.
Switch Dance or something.
Huh. Yeah. What are people gonna codename their Switch? Or not codename. Actually release under.
Because it's like they can't do like the Wii thing like they did with everything else, where it's like we play, we do this. It's like we do a lot of things, but you can't do that now.
The only thing I can think of is bitch.
Gamer, why? Why, gamer? Why? So yes, Switch. I'm excited for the conference tomorrow.
Apparently there's gonna be full. Oh wait, hold on. I haven't read this thing, but there's like the headline says Steam will let you use a controller for every game soon. Cause they added PS4 support recently.
They added 360 controllers to that. So basically, because Steam controllers they have their own memory and everything, and then they kind of work with every game. It was like a half step to make all controllers be able to do all that stuff.
not quite Shenmue 3 gamer, but Shenmue HD and Shenmue Remastered domains have been registered
Yeah,
by
I
the
saw
server.
that. I was like, oh my god.
It only took a long
It's
time, but you're
kind of
finally
weird
getting
that
it.
Sega is able to register those. Like, you really didn't want to pay for Shenmue 3, so it's kind of weird that they're actually just gonna release these. It's
Or
like, you
they could just be buying
bastards.
them so to make sure they get their monies off of it if somebody else releases it.
Yeah, you never know.
I would play those. I haven't played those.
I have not played them.
I don't think they're gonna live up. They won't stand. No,
Because they won't. I'm about to say they probably won't
they won't
translate
hold
well
up.
to
Yeah,
current times.
because that was
Controls are
basically open
fairly
world,
dated.
but
Yeah,
not
before
really.
before that was really a big thing.
Before everybody and their cousin was doing it.
Before every game was an open world game.
So now it's probably just going to be dated if you play it now and it's like this was more amazing back when it first released.
People will be like, why do people want a third game?
I know, right? That's probably what's going to happen. This is what all the hype is about.
When they finish it, they'll realize why, because we need a conclusion.
If they finish it.
I just about to say, I have to actually get through it.
Play an hour. This is garbage.
Apparently, the PlayStation Live Event app is being discontinued on PS4 and PS3. On PS4, you can still...
Wait, live from PlayStation?
No.
No.
The PlayStation Live Events viewer thing.
Oh, they're discontinuing that?
Yep.
That sucks. I guess because
Yeah,
of Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, I only used it once ever, and it like stopped before the event was over.
Oh, was that the?
It was one of the E3 conferences.
It was.
Because it was only scheduled for 2 hours in the event, and then
Well,
at the end of 2 hours it said the event is over. I was like, no, it's
like,
not.
no, it's not.
It definitely is
really.
still going.
Yeah, that was the last time I used a live events viewer when that shit happened. I was like so pissed. Because that was before PS4, right?
I forget what it was. No, I was using it on Vita TV. Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
just
done.
my computer.
It is sad though if they're discontinuing it. I guess. Goodbye, PS3.
Oh no! My PS3 is basically a glorified PS2 now, anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Mine is a Gran Turismo machine.
Mine is a digital repository of all the games I want to go back and play if I ever have time. But I have so many I can never. It never happens. They just sit there.
Yeah. For me, it's just backlog. Just getting through my backlog one game at a time.
Steam set a new concurrent user record with 14 million people logged in at the same time on the 7th of January. Yay, Steam. Please make a game bell. That'd be great. All that Steam money just sitting there collecting.
They're making games, just games we don't want.
Oh, would that be the VR stuff?
Dota 2.
Oh,
Dota.
ugh. MOBA.
Oh yeah, and I guess VR stuff.
Um,
Although, I don't think they've released anything other than the lab.
Apparently there will be...
Oh,
Oh, go ahead,
and
Chopper.
hardware.
There's no season pass for Mass Effect Andromeda, which means I can immediately pre-order it after the podcast. Yay.
How will they
For
make their
now.
monies?
Hopefully they'll continue the whole free multiplayer DLC.
microtransactions.
Because that was like one of the first games that did that thing. Or it's free multiplayer, but the loot is not
The loot's not
free.
entirely free.
Yeah, well, if you want to grind it. But if you want to be like Tekken and spend some money,
You will pay with your life.
Hey, that was a valuable lesson I needed to learn.
Or a
okay.
just a
And
few
I've
dollars.
never done it since. Okay. I learned my lesson.
Well, you spent like what, like $100
It's
or
not
something.
important, gamer.
It is
Lesson
important because that's a lot of
was
money.
learned.
It's a lot of money.
It's called disposable income for a reason. Apparently, there's going to be a new Glacier White PS4 Slim out in Japan, of
Looks
course,
nice.
first, because, yeah, or launching in Europe and Australia. So, you know, of course this would happen like after I bought mine, but hey, whatever, no big deal. Thanks, Sony.
Slims were cheap.
Yeah. Let's see, what else is there? We already talked about the scale-bound cancellation. Yeah, there are two of the Razer CS prototypes stolen.
Wow.
It's kind of amazing that it was still in like an environment where there's like a lot of people. I wonder how that happened. Or is it just like viral, just to put their name in the news? Oh, it's stolen. That's not.
Apparently,
They need that. They have a ridiculous product.
apparently there's a way to hack the NES Classic Edition to put more games on
Oh,
it,
yeah. Put double. You could put 60.
but I refused to buy that product, so it's whatever.
Is it even
Well,
available? Like it's sold
yeah.
out.
Not
I don't think
readily.
you can buy it.
And I'm kind of scared if that's the situation with that. What's it going to be like with the Switch?
Mm,
Because there was that rumor from like Go Nintendo. It's like there's not going to be a lot of Switches to go around. It's like fudge.
Just wait until later on. Obviously, you don't go during launch to try to buy one.
but RPG, I really want one. New Mario.
You said you weren't even excited. What are you
250,
talking
dude. Like, after
about?
you said that, it's like, well, that kind of, you know, that's like insta-buy for a console, dude.
You don't want to buy it for Zelda?
F that game, dude. I'm over it. After I got stuck in Skyward Sword, no thank you. I'm off the Zelda
F it
train.
in the B. Just F it in the B.
Apparently there's a DLC mission that was a pre-order mission for Deus Ex Mankind Divided that is free now. So, you know, if you didn't pre-order like me, or get that season pass like I
For
did,
some strange reason, you're still playing the game. There's a...
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Because of what, they still have 2 more DLC plans for the game? Like, yeah, no one bought it. Yeah.
It has multiplayer, doesn't it?
No.
I don't think.
Like asynchronous leaderboard type.
I think
Reaches
there's only
asynchronous.
one more gamer because it says a criminal past is scheduled to arrive earlier this year
Only one
in
thing.
this in this article.
That's kind of sad. Because that game was awesome. Technically.
It was decent.
Plot-wise,
That's
it was a
not it away.
mess. It was not as good as the first one.
Yeah, the extra mission you get is the Desperate Measures one. It's not that good. I played it.
Is it the one in the bank or something?
Yeah, the police department or something.
I never played it because I heard it just like strips your abilities. Like fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's lame. It's not that great.
I mean, I didn't have any abilities when I played anyway, so that wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
For Honor Beta is coming out this month later.
Yeah, did you see that they the season pass was leaked and supposedly they're just doing the whole free maps thing. So they're just following that route for Rainbow Six Siege. Cosmetic is paid, but everything else is free.
Yeah, they announced plans to do that from now on. I actually thought Division was going to be included, but I guess not.
And there's 2 new controllers coming out for Xbox One this month. One's red, one's weird camouflage, brownish
Different
looking.
color.
What are these 2 called? Does it say? Green orange, which is Halo-esque, and the red one. So yeah, there you go. Oh, and then the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 development are farther off, or what's he say? they are still have a way to go. So, I'll say like add 12 months to whatever you're hoping, and then yeah.
I don't think anybody had an actual hope date.
Hey, dude, I was hoping for this year for Advent Children, the game, Part 1, Season 1,
Yeah,
Part 1.
yeah, okay.
They showed it at, like, Pleasant Experience, like, a build that was, like, in decent shape a couple years ago, so it's like, it
They
gave
have
me
shown
hope.
builds of many of the games they've done that haven't been released until like years after the fact.
But it gave me hope, RPG. It gave me hope.
Well, I'm gonna dash that hope and tell you to just let that dream die for a while. Let that dream die for a while.
Apparently there's new
You'll
crap
be
that's
lucky to
added
get
to
episode 1 like next year.
Grand Theft Auto 5 Online with new car and other stuff. Because, Rockstar likes that GTA money. Online money. Apparently there's some Halo Mega Bloks game that was in development, but it's only a prototype.
That sounds like the type of game I'd love to play.
Oh, apparently Razer is offering a $25,000 reward for information about the CEO, the prototypes that were stolen at CES. So that's some money you can take and buy some 4K TVs that you don't have with.
Or probably just buy one of those laptops.
But they're just prototypes, RPG. They're not out yet.
But I'm just saying, like, once they are, like, that
Well,
should be
people are speculating. It's just like someone who took it just went to backward, what do you call it? Reverse engineering.
reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that would make some sense. But it's kind of cheating.
You know who does it? China.
Oh dear. And this is how wars get started.
Oh man, that's a whole other can of worms I'm going to open after the podcast because yeah. Oh, I didn't know I couldn't talk about Taiwan like that. Ho ho ho. What do you know?
You guys don't get to say that. I get to say that. But yeah, it's probably China. Although, why would they steal it from CES though? Like, chances are they're being manufactured in China.
Probably, right?
Just get the mold or something. Specs.
It could
Those
be
leak
all
all the time.
It could have been like an elaborate ruse, because like that way it would kind of throw the attention on a different like thief as opposed to the obvious thief. Because then it's just like, well, if they did it in China, then it's like, well, we know it was them. But it's like, see, yes, they're just like, it could be anyone kind of situation.
Well, a lot of people are just saying it's weird that they didn't have any tracking on those laptops, though.
It's probably it's probably just a PR stunt. To be honest, it's probably a PR stunt. Because I feel like someone would notice unless they like broke in under the cover of nights and like had this elaborate whole Ocean's 11 heist going on. Someone would have noticed.
Weird.
Let's see. That is all the news I have for now. Oh, apparently there's a rumored Final Fantasy VII Remake release date, but we don't comment on speculation and rumor on this podcast, so,
We comment on stuff like that all the time. What are you talking about?
Let's see, what does it say? It says, it just says this year, so, that's too vague.
Well, yeah, that's obviously not true. I mean,
They released 2 demos of Final Fantasy 15, although it took them 9 years to do that. So...
What were they,
And even-
man, that just
and even
kills me.
between
It's
those
like,
two
what were
demos,
they
it's
doing
like-
before they actually got into crunch time to make the game? It was just what were they doing?
making 13 in Type 0.
designing costumes for the characters.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
because they even got rid of those. Because, like, if you look at the earlier character designs, they still look different from the final product.
Do they not wear suits in the end?
Suit?
Wait,
not.
are they wearing suits?
No, they're
They're
wearing
not wearing suits. They're
soldier
wearing
gear.
jackets and
Oh wow.
they're nonsense.
That is different.
There is the suits, but it's a DLC thing. It's a pre-order incentive.
Did anyone buy the Audi? You think?
Uh,
The one.
probably.
I
that
don't.
was just
I don't
probably
think so.
somebody-
We would have heard about it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because they would have been like, "Oh yeah, this one guy blew all this money on this car to never drive it."
Okay, that's all the news this week on the podcast. So I guess we can wrap it up and sign off.
Cool. I don't know where we are anymore. Google us. Google us at
what is life?
aimlesspodcast.com.
What is even life?
Make sure not to Google us on Twitter, because that's not how you do it. Just saying.
That is not how you do it. You're correct.
Okay, so before we sign off, anybody have any last words before I push the stop button?
Why do you have to say it like that? Are we gonna die? Is this literally that?
Well, sooner or later, everybody dies RPG.
Maybe.
In this case, maybe sooner than later, because of existential crises and stuff.
That's wow.
It's true, gamer. It's also true. Just saying.
Are we gonna die now, guys?
Not
I'm
now,
scared.
jeez. We still have like,
I'm so scared.
what is this?
Hey man,
The 11th, 9
We
more
have-
days?
we have that Black Man footage, so we're good.
Have what?
What?
Golden showers.
What are you talking
What's happening? What happened? What is going on? Why? Why? Now someone's gonna have to explain this to their child, and they'll be like, "Mommy, what's that?" And it's like,
I've been seeing people tweet weird things today, and now I know. I haven't looked into it, but apparently, I guess we'll see.
Wait, you didn't know what it was?
No, I didn't hear what Gamer said, and then after he said that, I was like, oh, and then yeah, and then I had to laugh because it was like, oh, he's talking about that. Har har har. But yeah, that's the first podcast for this year. Hopefully, we live to make more and more and more. If not, it was a good ride. I love you guys, and I love playing video games. And if we all happen to not make it out, I'll be waiting for you at the big continue screen in the sky. Push a button, and we can just keep on adventuring together. Yay! Aimless style. Or not, whatever. The Rapid Heads will be there, the Wii U's will be there, and everything.